All right, here we go.
Yeah. Ja. Come on, man. Oh shit, it's Judah Nasty. How did he think that he get it past me? Last degree, had him falling off the porch into the fire, get scorched. Oh shit, it's Judah Nasty. How did he think that he get it past me? Last degree, had him falling off the porch into the fire, get scorched. Respect the fam, push niggas off in the sand, dive in with a fire stick, the whole place gasoline lit, smell the smoke when you lie about your Howard quotes. Group full of dopes, get rolled like some oats. We old school like Abel, dropping knowledge, eat these chunks and excel past college. Nothing coming at you but you run anyway. Told y'all, cats, y'all ain't up for debates. Get it straight like an iron press, punch wicked warlocks in the chest and pull out rotten produce. No juice, your ruby look like you bought it from fools. Yet he wanna use his roof for fuel, and they gonna run with it. Ain't no night, yet you remain flippant. Seismic activity remain AI. Artificial intelligence got Gary saying bye. Oh shit, it's Judah Nasty. How did he think that he get it past me? Last degree, had him falling off the porch into the fire, get scorched. Oh shit, it's Judah Nasty. How did he think that he get it past me? Last degree, had him falling off the porch into the fire, get scorched. We love it. Cause them curses turn to blessings. Flip like Cali, fake dark Audi quick. Ain't it a trip when he politic? Have you invited in to steal your time? End up the wall, your car hit, mind design. From alcoholics, you gotta cut them off at their strong point. They on your pages, yet I still hear they oink. With our raw ingrained in our DNA, ignite atomic molecules when you pray. Y'all knows how to save, instead of becoming a man fan, a slave. Man, he fanned them flames and try and disrespect your name. Associates of pain, that's why his face ain't the same. Judah never became Yahweh, even though the message been calling ya. Man, but now you all bothered, bruh. Oh shit, it's Judah Nasty. Wait, hold up. How did he think he get it past me? Last degree, had him facing. What happened with that dude, man? Yo, this cat, man. Oh shit, it's Judah Nasty. How did he think that he get it past me? Last degree, had him falling off the porch until the fire gets scorched. Get scorched. Scorched. That's all wrong. Nah. But I ain't gonna come back, right? All praises.
Yeah, man. It's your boy Killer B. Goddamn Witchfinder General. You got a witch, I'll burn that motherfucker up. Once again, we got another TKR on the panel tonight. We got Brother Lamad. And
Shalom.
Got another episode with William Grip. Say what up, William.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Yeah, so looks like it's been 3 days. No receipts. The man made claims like this. You seen this, right, Lamont? William, did you see this?
Let me go. Wait, you know what? I don't see it on the hangout.
My name.
It should be up. Hot damn.
There you go.
It's up? Okay. It's probably a delay or something. Sorry about that, folks. So, yeah. If you can see on the screen, these claims Judah Nazareth has made. It's been 3 days.
Okay, I see it. Yeah, I see it.
It's been 3 days. In reality, It's probably 4 or 5 days if it happened. Like he said it happened. Unbelievable. This man to sit up in here and lie. Where's the screenshot, Judah? Where is that? Come on, man. You accuse that other brother, too. Let me get that one. Oh, man, I gotta get Sister Amber's coming on tonight. You got a scripture for us, Lamont? I need a sec. I gotta try to get Amber on.
Yeah, let me pull something up. Let me pull something up.
No, we some Israelites. The curses.
Let's see.
Yeah, that's it. I'm sending it to her.
Right, Psalms chapter 10, I'll start at 1. It says, "Standest thou far off, O Lord? Why hidest thou thyself in times of trouble? The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. For the wicked boasted of his heart's desire, and blessed the coveted, whom Yah abhorreth. But if his covenants will not seek after God, God, or Elohim, or Elohim, is not in all his thoughts." Yeah. So where's Elohim in all this? In all these accusations? His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them, or snorts at them. He hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity or trouble. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. He sitteth in lurking places of the villages. In the secret places doth the murder the innocent. And he murdered the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. He croucheth and humbleth himself, that the poor may fall by his strong ones. He had said in his heart, God hath forgotten. He hideth his face. Yeah.
All right, I'm all set. Amber, you can hear us?
Yeah, I
Thank
can
you,
hear
Lamont.
you.
All right, right on, right on. Good to have you on tonight.
All right, thank you for the invite.
Yeah, right on, right on. Yeah, so we haven't heard anything from Judah Nazareth with these screenshots yet. I don't know what's taking so long.
Well, this is what I'll say about that. He has a woman over on his side that he's had on his platform a bunch of times, right?
Yeah.
And she had her history as far as, being abused, sexually abused and stuff like that. And for him to be so very insensitive, knowing that this is a real thing, people become traumatic throughout, have find that to be like post-traumatic stress disorder because of situations like that, right?
Right.
And to sit there and use your children as a pawn to try to get something so repulsive, to put that on somebody else is a shame.
Yeah, it is.
How to even put words to that? It's just so disgusting.
Yeah, who would have known somebody would stoop that low? That's like, oh.
It's terrible. I'm sorry that you know, that it has gone that low. It's crazy.
Yeah, unbelievable. Unbelievable. William Grit.
Yeah.
What do you think about this Judah Nazareth guy? I know you new on the show and stuff. I know you probably haven't followed a lot. But from what you've seen.
Just that he gonna sit there his keys into the fire. In the line of fire. That's number one. Number two, why would you run to the internet first and not call the cops?
Yep.
That makes no sense to me. And you still have yet to come up with a police report that you haven't filed the police report or anything like that. Like, what type of man are you? A man is supposed to take care of his family. Where in any of this is this taking care of your family? You put your wife on blast. You put your child, and now you're putting on blast. What type of man are you? That just goes to show what type of character and what type of person he is.
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you this too. There's a father and daughter type of a relationship. If something were to happen to a righteous father's daughter, he would lift heaven and earth to get to the person that has hurt his daughter, right?
Yeah.
If this is something that actually happened. So you all know that it's a lie from the depths of hell.
Oh.
Crazy.
Yeah. I couldn't believe he said that. I was just like, huh? Oh, man. Oh, man. I noticed, too, that he says witch hunter, the witch hunter general. So, you're like, I thought it was somebody else.
It's the witch finder.
Yeah, it says witch hunter. Wait, is that the shot that I got up there? Yeah, it says it right there.
Maybe he's talking about somebody else.
Yeah.
They go by the name of witch hunter.
But then he says Killer B.
Yeah.
He said Yaquab. He blames him too. He said, "Are you part of the pedo ring too, fella? Are you and Killer B sharing pics of naked children?" Unbelievable, man. That's like
crazy too, because when he and Chris were going in on it, he called Chris a pedophile. It's crazy.
Witch Hunter General in my inbox asking for naked pics of my daughter. Unbelievable.
Here's the thing, like, all of us, we can take roast sessions and jokes and being made fun of. That's fine. You know, we can all laugh and joke at that. But when it comes to something very serious like that, where if somebody else saw that and thought it was real, they could, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he would be held liable for that lie. Another reason for him to get locked up.
It's a shame. Like, I don't know what he's thinking. I really don't. I really don't understand.
He doesn't.
I really don't
He's
understand.
impulsive. That's the problem. He's impulsive. When he thinks something, he'll go right to the internet and put it out there, no matter how low, trashy it is. He just goes and does it. Doesn't worry about consequences or what other people think. No filter, nothing.
Yeah, no filter.
So same as much as a real pedophile would be accountable for, he should be held to that same standard.
I don't know if he'll last too long in jail, man.
They don't. You know what? It doesn't matter. For doing something like that, he should be put to death because you're putting somebody else's freedom and lifetime and for a lifetime.
Here's the thing. This is what I want to say about this. What kind of character throughout history goes out and lies on people, wishes death on them, lies to get their way? That's the spirit of Esau. I'm sorry. Somebody had to say it. We don't do that. You come from the streets, supposedly. You would have been dead by now. We don't do that.
If somebody even know you put that on your own kid, put your kids on that, they would do it. Just off the strength of that.
Yeah, that's right.
That shit is crazy.
That's how serious it is.
Damn shame.
I've never seen anything like this before in my life. Never.
Like, where does this person come from? Like, seriously.
So what's gonna happen when these kids grow up and when they start going onto the internet and start being curious on like, oh, was my dad ever on the internet? And then this pops up.
That's exactly right. This is the legacy for his children.
Yeah, the crazy deranged cult leader.
When they grow up.
How disgusted are his even kids gonna feel?
Oh.
Yeah.
And the things that we're saying right now isn't to bash Judah, nothing. You know what I'm saying? If we didn't care, we would let him continue doing the things that he does. But people need to be warned. Judah himself needs to be warned because he's going off the deep end.
That this shows how like crazy it is. Like more people on the internet, just like that. People following these people. It's crazy, yo. It's mad crazy. Yeah, Judah Nazareth.
And that's he could have so much potential. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he loves to read and all that stuff, but he chooses to do such horrific things. That's the sad thing.
Nigga been working on his alias for fucking 7 years.
Well, he's gonna have to work on another alias.
I know, right? Oh man. That kind of sucks though. You're just working on this like this character for like 7 years and it just goes boop.
Yeah, it's all done now. It's done. That's it.
And he don't even believe none of that stuff. So he's like, write down all this damn shit for 7 years. Right now, this goddamn fuck niggas got me writing down all this damn shit. Yup. He talking about he can go teach the Gentiles.
Well, go ahead. I mean, what is that supposed to be a threat or like you wanting people to beg you back? Go do it. Quit saying all these like empty threats. Just go.
He ain't going nowhere.
And you know what's sad is like ever since he's been out of our private Facebook chat, has been no drama in there at all.
Yeah. Yup. That would happen last time when he left the chat.
Mm-hmm. It's that like whole conquer, like divide and conquer tactic. Let me go and tell this person that. Let me tell them that. Da, 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 da. That's what he did with Talina and Traytel and myself. And now they're sitting back and saying, now we're saying what she said was correct.
This dude, nuts. He definitely go down in history.
Yeah. Yeah.
Solomon says, why was Judah Nazareth going so heavy on the name Yahweh? That is his claim to fame.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's what he picked up from GMS. That's the base of his whole thing.
And then he gets on people for not going around saying the name constantly. Like, you're so disrespectful with the name anyway. You know what I'm saying? How dare you use it in the context in which you use it for?
And he was talking about no camps taught him nothing.
Oh, that's a lie.
He would have never came up with no Yahweh and all that stuff. He wasn't even writing like that before. His first couple of videos and stuff, he was writing Yiddish.
Yeah, I heard about that. Which, you know, like, I mean, we're all in the stages of learning. Like, I try not to get down on people too hard because we're all paths and journeys and, you know, some of us have more time and whatnot. So, but to sit there and condemn other people for going through the very same steps that you yourself did, that's crazy to me.
And want to rule over people.
Yes.
Tell people what to look at, what not to look at. Like, in the damn chat. Like, that's balls. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. Yep. And he can't be happy doing this all the time and just wishing death on him, yelling all the time. That's got to be miserable.
Gary. Yeah,
I don't think in his head he's miserable. I think this is what he wants to do.
Maybe.
Yeah. Go ahead, Will. Tell us about it.
Tell you about what?
Yeah, you say like that. That's what he wants to do. Like.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, it's the whole. All right, Will. All right, but yeah, it seems like yeah. All right. But yeah, but
he's trying to get you to elaborate on what you said.
Yeah, like god damn. Never mind.
What he wants to do?
Yeah, like expound on it, man. Like explain more. Give us some more bullet points.
It makes him happy inside.
He's like, what, bullets?
Bullet points. Bullets. Oh shit.
I'm not in the dude's head. I don't think that way.
Yeah.
I'm just teasing.
No, I know.
Oh man. Yeah, but I do
yesterday.
Alright, go ahead.
When you came on, I was teasing when you came on that you were cleaning your gun. So that's just an extension of the joke.
Oh, I didn't hear that part. I got disconnected in the beginning of the video.
No, it was in the chat. So, no, you're good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but this dude, man, this doggone fool gonna put his daughter in that shit. And man. What we got in the chat, going on in the chat here?
Does he still have it up, or did he take it down?
No, that's just still up. It's still up.
Oh, wow.
It's still up.
Wow.
Let me double check here. Yeah, that's just right. It's still up.
Doesn't he every once in a while pop up on like other YouTube channels?
Yeah, I guess he was on a debate league the other day or something. People probably ran him off again. Oh yeah, I wonder what that report from Negi's gonna come.
Say what? Your thing went out for a second.
Negi's report. Negi's report.
Oh.
Remember he said he was supposed to talk to Judah Nazareth. Negi didn't approve. Even Negi didn't even approve. Mr. Wedgie Shorts. Mr. Wedgie Shorts didn't approve.
Negi thought it was wrong for him to do that. So if Negi says it,
nah, Negi's pretending. He's just pretending.
You think so?
Yeah.
Say it then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's how he's always been like that. That he would be like, "Oh, I'm sorry that I said that," or he would just like sweep things under the rug so that just to appease you, and then you go away, and he's like, "Haha."
Yeah, he was quick like to get himself out of stuff, yo. He was always quick to get himself out of stuff. Bad shit too, like bad stuff. Get his ass right out of that shit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys.
Like he was like using the N-word with the hard R, and he was like, I'm sorry about that. I mean, I was just trying to call them that, but I don't really mean it in that kind of way. No. Well, when I say the N-word with the hard R, I don't really mean it that way. It's just a word that I use on people that I don't like. It's not that I don't. It's not that I apply that to all black people. It's just that one particular person. And then the other person is like, "Oh man, yeah, Negi, yeah, you get a pass. You get a pass, Negi."
No, he doesn't get a pass with me.
No. Yep. Yeah, dude got away with everything. Oh man. Well, we got witchcraft, we got false reports, we got all types of shit going on. Harassment, terrorist threats, fucking. The last how many weeks?
Shape shifting.
Yeah, shape shifting. Yeah, man, this is it's crazy, and people are still like, yeah, Judah Nazareth.
Well, here's the thing too with that is people feel comfortable coming over here onto your platform and trying to give you correction, right? But they don't feel comfortable going over there because as soon as they do, they know he will not listen, and they will get cursed. The Most High isn't with them. All of a sudden, they're a demon and a devil. But over here, you're not wishing death and all that crap. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Yeah. So this is crazy. Yeah, it's crazy as hell. Like there was one video the other day. It had 23 dislikes, and then I came back later and it had 13.
Ooh, they flipped around, huh? They switched their minds.
Unreal.
Wow.
Hey man, you're getting a lot of views on your channel, man. You like all of your videos are like averaging like 300 views. You're getting more views than that Rob Rack video from a long time.
Yeah, let's try it. What Campbell said.
Okay.
I'm not using any word. Camp and Judah follow. I'm not using no names. Using no names. Those camps and Judah follow. Stone
Solomon, what book do you follow? What book do you use? If you can put it in the comment section, that'd be awesome. Yep. Or in the chat.
Said Stones to knock is Yiddish.
I mean, at this point, nothing surprises me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I think right now is our job to figure out what has been added and what has been taken out. And by saying that doesn't mean that somebody doesn't believe in the Most High. Oh my gosh. It means that we're double checking because we already know that through history, things have been in abominable hands.
Yep.
And, it is our responsibility to, uncover everything and reveal the real truth. So.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a process. Yep. Little by little. Mm-hmm. I remember I was in one school back in the day, and we figured out that day, we learned that the Lord's Prayer, the end of it, and I forgot what book it was, but the end of it was added by the Catholic Church.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yep. And we switched it up right from there.
Well, we know that the Jesuits and the Catholic Church have had a hand in with Christianity, with the Quran, with Islam. So then why don't we have critical thinking and to think that stuff too?
And you can't even tell a Muslim that the Quran was switched up and stuff was added and taken out.
Wow.
You can't even start that conversation with them.
Mm-hmm.
Watch, Yakim the Semitter gonna pop up.
Yakim the Submitted.
Uh-huh. Oh man. Yakim the Submitted. Yeah, Solomon, any certain Tanakh Torah that you read?
I think he
loyal.
reads the Chitlin cookbook.
Yeah, right? Oh yeah, Lamont was getting our bill about the chitlins. Can't start bill away from them chitlins.
I have never had them before.
Yep. I refuse to eat them forever.
Don't eat shitterlings. I call them shitterlings.
Oh yeah. I remember my mom, she grew up in Mississippi, right? And she was telling me about coming home from school and smelling that, and it smelled up the whole neighborhood.
Yep. Oh.
I mean, yeah.
Bill's like,
I think for the most part, when slavery was really prominent, those are the foods that they had available to them. So that's why they became popularized. You know, because they had to make do. They had to make do with what they had, and that's what they had. So.
yeah.
And nothing went to waste.
Yeah, nothing went to waste.
Crackling pork skins and all that stuff, you know.
The hog maws. That's like the pig stomach. Hog maws. You had hog maws before? Hog maws.
Pig feet and stuff.
Yup. Pig ears, pig tails.
No, thank you.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
I'll just end up polishing the toenails. I don't want to eat it though. Looks like it needs a pedicure.
Yeah, I don't see what thing is you eat pig feet. Pickled pig feet.
Oh, yuck.
Ugh.
When I'm like at a restaurant too, and I see people like order fish, and like the fish is in its shape, and the eye is still connected, looking up at them, I can't handle that.
Oh, I eat fish like that. I like fish like that.
No way. When it winks at you first before you take a bite.
Yeah.
Oh, yuck.
Oh.
Yeah, it's funny.
I'm close to becoming a vegetarian. For real. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, I was 11 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was vegan 8 out of the 11. Oh. And I became an Israelite and started eating meat again.
I'm a vegetarian too, for the most part. Yeah.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Do you have fish though, or cheese?
Occasionally, I have fish. Yes, but for the most part, I try to keep it vegetarian. And if I have the opportunity to eat a vegan meal, I'll take that opportunity.
Sure. So you buy like vegan burgers and vegan like soy burgers and stuff like that?
Well, I try to stay away from soy because soy is like they're like genetically.
Hormonal.
And they mess with your like estrogen and testosterone levels.
Mm-hmm.
So when males eat a lot of soy products, their estrogen levels go up. So I try to stay away from that. Yeah.
Right. You know, actually, you have to be careful too with men and lavender, because the molecules in lavender, the molecules in soy, and it can confuse whatever connection you have in your DNA or whatever, and men can end up growing breasts.
What the?
From
Oh wow,
lavender.
yeah. I don't deal with.
Oh
lavender.
hell no. Yeah, that's
That
crazy.
was on the news.
That's some
That was on
crazy
the news
shit.
before with shampoo, wasn't it?
Maybe I haven't seen it on the news.
Oh
I just
shit, that shit
read
crazy.
up on it.
Y'all hear that? Don't fucking no lavender.
But being a vegetarian, there are a lot of health benefits to being a vegetarian. Get fat in your body, and just eating water soluble vegetables are just healthier all around. Like,
yeah.
And when you eat raw vegetables opposed to cooked vegetables, that you also get more. Or juicing raw vegetables, you get the full benefits of a vegetarian.
But juicing is so very expensive because when you juice something, just a little bit of juice comes out. I mean, I know that juicers have become better these days, but
yeah. I think a growing years for $120. There's a lot of waste product. Like, you get a little bit of juice from, because it's not properly processed. But like a good juicer, you probably want to invest like 400, 500.
But then even with those, like with juicing, you don't get the fiber. All the fiber is depleted. You know what I'm saying?
Well. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You mean like cookies?
It's just just a faster way to intake like the nutrients, because when you eat raw vegetables, you have to like juicing is just a faster way to get as much vitamins as possible. And then if you want to get the pulp too, you have the option of eating the pulp too to get those fibers.
That's true. You know what? You can also use the pulp to make like cake. Like if you're juicing fruit, I guess you could make cakes out of it too.
Yep, you can use that pulp and do something else with it. Absolutely, you can bake it or do whatever.
Dried fruit roll-ups or something like that too, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was into a lot of Middle Eastern food, like falafel, makdous, and like makdous is good. It's like it's almost like it's like a pickled eggplant, but it's like stuffed, like walnuts, and like red peppers and garlic and stuff. It's good. I used to eat good when I was vegan. It's really good. I was hardcore with it.
With certain ways to keep your interest in food, I guess.
Yeah, like bulgur wheat.
Yeah.
Used to mess with. I used to make my own veggie burgers. I used to get the soy protein. It's like dried soy protein, and get like mixed vegetables and like there's a little like stone ground flour and like mix it up and make patties and stuff out of it. Put it in the freezer.
Shalom, Chris.
What's going on?
Hey, Chris.
What up, man, bro?
What, you sleep?
What's going on, man?
What's going on, Willie Grits? Willie Grits, man, talk to us, baby. Talk to me, baby. What's going on with you, Willie Grits? I like Willie Grits, man. What's going on with you, baby? Talk to us, baby. Talk to us, man. I like Willie Grits. Willie Grits told the truth the other night. Hey, man, what you think about that Bible? Let me know real quick. Tell me what you think about the Bible, Willie Grits. Tell me what you think, man. What is it really about? What's really going on with this book? Tell us, Willie Grits. Talk to us, Willie Grits. Don't get quiet on me, baby. Talk to me. I want the truth, Willie Grits. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Talk to us, man. What's going on with this book?
Hello?
You left.
No,
Hello?
he's still here. Yeah, we hear you.
I don't know. I keep getting kicked out.
Oh, you got kicked out? Come on, Willie Grits. Yo, you didn't hear him?
No, I didn't hear him. What happened?
Unbelievable.
What's going on with it? You know what I'm saying? What's going on with it? Is it a white man's doctrine or what?
No, no, it's not a white man's doctrine. The point I was trying to make was that the Bible has been ran has been ran through and books have been taken out of the Bible. Mm-hmm. That was the point I was trying to make. The other point I was trying to make was you're the same people that you're condemning is the same people that have been altering this Bible.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was the point I was trying to make.
Now I don't deal with all that. I don't condemn folks and stuff like that. I don't condemn a whole race of people.
Personally, I was saying yesterday.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't do that, and because the scriptures don't teach us to do that.
Yeah.
Anybody doing that, they're in error. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You can't read this same book when they tell you don't do that. You know what I'm saying? You cannot do that. And I've challenged many camps on that doctrine, and I've always told them, where does it say the white man in this book? If it don't say that, you can't add that to it. You know what I'm saying? Talking about Esau as the white man and all this other bullshit. I ain't never heard of twin brothers, one white and one black. It's some of the dumbest shit.
He done did it now. Like, you heard Chris Harris? Oh man!
What's somebody gonna do? Make a video about me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Get in line.
Yeah, that'd be an ill one to get on.
But see, the thing, like the other thing about yesterday was like I did apologize for this for yesterday too. Like when I came on, like I already had a motive because every time like I be walking by these camp dudes, like they do the same thing,
mm-hmm.
and not just here where I'm living now, or back where I came from, or even in New York. It's the same MO. So I was expecting that same MO to be viewed at me to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And like I should have never like came off that way to begin with.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay. All right.
See, I'm a man. Like if I'm wrong, and like be the first one to sit there, you're wrong for that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, no problem. I just wanted to make sure. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to make sure everything was all good. You know, we want relations, race relations to be good in America. You know what I'm saying? We got to make sure that's right. We got to stop this bullshit out here, man.
Yeah.
Ain't no Jesus coming out the sky. All right? Ain't no God gonna come flying out some sky to come save black people. We got to get that out our head. You know what I'm saying? That's not working here, and that's not what this book teaching. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Salawams and shaloms and all these peace, but then
that's right.
Their actions are proving something completely different. And let's address this too. We're supposed to exchange information so that we can get through this thing and figure out what lies have been told.
Mm-hmm.
So when somebody sits down and says, okay, this information I found, what have you found on that? That does not mean that you don't believe in the Most High.
Yeah.
That means let's dissect this and figure out what is going on here.
Well, that's because people have to find a way to condemn you. Like Christians are going to condemn you. Like somebody that's immature is going to condemn you and say, see, you don't believe in the Most High. See, look. Well, you're doing the same thing the Christian doing. The Christians do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's their program.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
And that means they program. You got to say Yahweh. You can't say Yahuwah. You can't say the Creator. You have to say it the way He wants you to say it. Well, the nigga that tell you to say it that way, nigga, you're full of shit. Okay? It's the bottom goddamn line. You can't tell somebody how to respect their creator or respect the creator or God or whatever it is they want to call them. Fuck you, nigga. Mm-hmm. Debate me like a man on that temple. You gonna run. You gonna run like Anonymous did. You gonna run like a Bishop Eliyahu do. You're gonna run like everybody do. You know why? Because you don't have a leg to stand on your doctrine. YouTube killed Christianity last year. Christianity don't even exist no more. These churches are closing down because people ain't going up in there.
That's right.
The temple don't mean nothing you teaching. It don't even exist. It's an esoteric teaching taught by a white man that you stole it from. And you brought it over here. You was hoping, man, these niggas show ain't ready for this. Reading the Haram key. Tell me I'm lying.
That author over there on white supremacist sites doing lectures. How y'all read it?
Right.
Really.
Gerald Massey, everybody, they sit there and tell you, hey man, this was stolen from this was taken from this, and this was taken from this. And they sitting right there. They were some of the biggest Christians ever to live. Stop telling people what they believe or what they need to be believing, trying to control somebody's spirituality. That's garbage. That's a slave mentality if I ain't never heard one. And like I said, the Israelites, dudes, the camps, they're some of the most racist people you're going to find. You see what I'm saying?
How about lead by example? If this is your example, then how am I supposed to want to dive into it?
No, that's not leading by example. And unfortunately, that's too hard to do the right thing.
I wonder how they even get sisters in some of those camps.
Desperation and lack of knowledge, because our people always have been a people, right?
Yeah.
We always want to please the Creator, and before actually educating ourselves, we jump into something, and we believe everything that everybody tells us because we're trusting people. That's why we always get jacked. You know what I'm saying? But now it's time to turn the table and start educating ourselves for real and not relying on somebody else to educate us and figure out what the real thing is. So with the women, they're, some of them are single and wanting a different way of life and wanting a husband and thinking that they're doing the right thing.
Yep.
So, and then when a couple of things in the scriptures do mimic your life, you're not realizing these other things may not be. Like, we already know Isaiah 53 has been tampered with. We already know Daniel 9 books in Daniel have been tampered with.
Y'all go check out my lesson on Daniel 9 I did on my channel, Andreas Harris. Y'all go check that lesson out. Daniel 9. All praises to the Most High Creator, God of the heaven and universe. The most merciful one. I did that shit. I showed my ass off on that one. Y'all go subscribe. I'm not playing.
Yeah. So, and that's the thing. After I got out of the cult that I grew up in, I'm on a mission. I can't stop, won't stop. So to tell me that I can't learn from other people or can't eat with other people's information, it's crazy to me.
Oh, that's because I'm a Levite. I'm a Levite. I'm a Levite. And look. See, what you guys aren't understanding is, see, you don't love Yahweh. See, he was talking to me the other day. Me. I spread my hands out and I asked, Yahweh, I'm going to stop. You know what, Killer B? Roll that beautiful bean footage when my man was talking about he ain't going to stop teaching. He going to retire from teaching. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
We gotta get that. All right, I'll roll that.
1 minute you quit, 1 minute you want to teach the Gentile nation. What you mean you want to teach the Gentile nation? You already teaching their doctrine. You already teaching their doctrine, the temple man shit. You pulled it straight from them. Took it straight from them.
No longer
Tell me I'm lying.
No longer is it manly pee hall, is pee hall.
Right.
Yeah, right. Yo, shout out to Josh. Yo, go to the video to channel 2. Like and subscribe his new video. Oh man.
Oh, I gotta check it out.
Yeah, it's called Fuckity Fuck Niggas. Yo, it's ill. Yo, the video is ill for real. Check this out.
Serious.
Here you go.
For it, right?
Okay, so what are you getting at, man?
What I'm getting at is this. What you do with the people that don't believe how you believe, you speak to them. And if you're a person who have a homosexual in your family, you try to speak to them and try to talk to them and tell them what time it is. Simple. I'll be quiet.
Okay. Am I repulsed by Hollywood fake special effects that are not real? Like heads blown out in a movie theater when it's not real? Like actors getting their heads blown out? But this person sitting next to me is a homosexual and it's not a Hollywood special effect when they get a dick inside their booty and another man busts a nut inside their booty. That's not a Hollywood effect. So I'm repulsed by that shit. As far as a Hollywood movie, it's just a fucking movie.
Oh, okay. And you know what? And I would agree with you. But my agreement comes with strings attached. I've never watched a movie or a scene with one guy busting a nut in another guy's booty. So what you're saying is you've watched one guy bust a nut into another guy's booty.
No, I haven't.
Okay.
Brother, that's what you just said.
This is getting a little out of hand.
Listen, are you fucking retarded?
You said it repulsed you. I've never seen no shit like
No,
that.
listen to me.
It won't repulse
Listen to me.
I've never seen it.
Listen to me. I saw a movie like Halloween or one of these fucking horror movies, right? It's Hollywood. But me sitting next to a homosexual is repulsive because that's not acting. That shit, and I didn't see it, but I know what they're doing, so that's what repulses me. I didn't say that I saw that shit. So you need to not put words in my mouth. So does that answer your question?
No, not really, because what you just did was...
Okay, what's your question?
You gave an equivalent... Hey, in Hollywood, with these people getting their blood and guts in the brain...
It's totally fine. Yeah, because it's Hollywood.
Bro, what's the question that you want to ask him? What's the question? Like, what's the question?
What I'm asking him is, how is there a problem, and why does he have a problem with just sitting next to a homosexual? But he took it further and said he's repulsed by...
Yeah, that's his answer.
I've never seen that before. I've never seen
He's repulsed by sitting next to him. Yeah. That's his answer.
Listen, if
you took it farther,
something like that, it would repulse me. But he said he's seen something like that, so I can understand now why he's repulsed.
Look, I never seen. I saw it. Look, man, it doesn't. I don't need to know what's going on. Okay. So,
well, I apologize. The way you said it.
Yeah, because look, listen, you're interjecting something. I've never seen this shit before, but that doesn't mean that I don't know what's happening. If we're talking about a homosexual, what the fuck else are they doing?
Yeah, I don't know, brother, because I'm not into that.
That was some Judah Nazareth shit.
But you trapped that man into that. I seen that coming a mile away. That's why I was laughing so hard.
What?
Well, I didn't track anything. The only thing I did was repeat what he said.
No, I know, but you trapped to be that. You back that.
Did I say it? Wait, let's be fair. Come on, man. This is me. Hold on, this is me. Did I say it or did he say it? Let's be honest here.
You directed it, like, know what I mean?
The question up to it.
Look, bro.
Yeah, yo. That's some old Judah Nazareth shit, yo.
Your comparison. I don't see your comparison to like Hollywood special effects to like homosexuality. Doesn't make any sense.
No.
And why are you debating on it?
Hold on, you asking me why am I debating this topic?
Yeah.
Well, because I'm a member of the debate league, and in this current debate league that I'm in, the person who has the highest seat, they get to pick the topic. So this person picked the topic for me. I didn't pick this topic. I would never debate a topic like this.
What side are you on this debate? Yeah. You're advocating for homosexuality? Are you supporting?
Brother, listen, brother. I am a straight male.
All right, yo, that's all good. I just said, what side are you on in the debate?
Period, point blank. All it is. At the end of the day, and at the beginning of the day, and when the next day start over again, I'm a straight male. I love women, and that's it. So anything that you might be thinking don't apply to me.
I'm not thinking nothing. I just asked you what side are you.
No. I wasn't talking to you. I was just making a blanket statement.
Oh, okay,
So
all
what's
right.
the question that you guys are debating?
Well, like I said, the question is homosexuality immoral? And I say absolutely, it is moral.
Wow.
That's
So was
I
that
don't know about you.
side by choice? Like, did you had to choose that side of it?
no, I didn't have no choice. I had to accept it.
Oh, okay. I got what you're saying now. I got what you're saying.
Yeah, because
So-
the person with the highest seed, they got the choice on what the topic is going to be. So I just had to accept it, and I'm just going to prove them wrong on Sunday. That's it, because it is moral.
All right. Okay.
It's simple.
Oh, shit. I was like,
It's not
one thing
it's
just
not
debating
moral
the top.
anyway.
Yeah.
Hey, let me ask you, whoever just said that, what's the definition of moral? Whoever just said that it's not moral, what's the definition of moral?
All right, we'll get it.
The definition of moral is things that are in order and correct.
That's not true. Go get you a dictionary,
It's
and
not.
if you can't, use your smartphone and look up the definition of moral and holler back at it.
All right, bro. Anyway,
So the basis of your argument, is it going to be the chemical imbalance inside the brain?
Why would I debate something like that when we don't even understand the brain in its totality? So that'd be an assumption.
let me ask you a question, Cube. How did two men?
Shit, y'all debating about homosexuality and y'all ain't no facts.
Well, they can't. Well, hold on. Let's be honest. 2 men and 2 women can't have offspring.
Oh, why is that?
Hold on. Did you miss it? 2 men and 2. Because there's 2 men and 2 women. It takes a man and a woman to have a child.
It takes a man and a woman to have a child. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
You know this. Come on, why are you talking crazy? You know what it takes.
But so what's this whole shit with you supporting that shit? Get that shit the fuck
Hold
up
on,
out of here.
stop again. I never said I support this shit. Let's stop.
You said it's moral.
Just because
That means you support it.
No, it. Come on now, listen.
So you don't support.
So you was all right with the decision of you being on that side of the debate.
Listen,
this is what you saying.
Fair here. Let's be fair.
No, I didn't really want to know like your personal feelings. I wanted to know how did it work. Like you said, he chose the topic and he chose the side saying that it's immoral. So you had no choice but to take the side of moral. But you agree on that side anyway.
But listen, you got to understand one thing about debate, and I think this shit gets lost very, very quickly amongst the Negro variety. Now, when you take a debate class,
Negro variety.
When you take a debate class, 9 out of 10 topics that you debate, they're going to put you on the side that you don't agree with, and you have to debate these things. And the reason they do that is to make you a stronger debater. This is why they do that. Take a debate class.
Like
if you ever take it, hey, you know what? It may sound like bullshit, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with that.
We back up. It's live, y'all. It's live. Go ahead.
If you ever take a debate class, they're not just going to align you with things that you agree with. In order for you to, no, you have to go through it loud. You have to go through adversity.
So you're willing to put down on your
brother. It's a debate. That's why I said.
So you don't care about any standards or like real principles. You just care about winning debates.
Listen, understand this, and I want to make this clear. Do you watch like the NFL or the NBA or UEFA?
No, I don't watch any of that shit.
What did you used to back in the day?
Did I used to watch the NBA, NFL? Yeah, back in the day. Yeah, sure.
Okay, and what was your favorite team?
Okay, Lakers.
Okay, the Lakers was your favorite team. Now, why was the Lakers your favorite team?
Because it was my friend's favorite team, and it was his dad's favorite team, and everybody around me, that was their favorite team. That's why.
Okay. Now that's a beautiful answer. because most of the time that's how that's how it happens. Either this team is passed down to you through either the city that you live in, or your mother or father, or a friend. I'm getting to my point. My point is this: we things a lot of times that are given to what, and you were drafted into the league, and excuse me, NBA player, and you were drafted by the Miami Heat. Is the NBA, is the Lakers still your team? Still your favorite team at that point, or the Miami Heat still your favorite? Is your new favorite team at that point?
If my favorite team was the Lakers and they were all heterosexual,
brother, hold on. I just answered all your questions.
Over to
I just answered all your questions, and now I'm asking you one, and you can't answer it.
Oh yeah, I see where you're going with this. You're saying
answer
that.
It then. I've answered all your questions with no problem.
Okay, what's your question? Am I going to support the Lakers if I got drafted into?
No, that's not my question. Will you support them? You said clearly your favorite team was the Lakers. So if you get drafted by the Miami Heat, is the Miami Heat now your favorite team and your first priority?
If I got drafted as a fan?
If you got drafted by the Miami Heat to play the two guard, is that now your favorite team?
No.
All right. Go ahead. Next question. Because now you're being dishonest, but it's cool.
This is you something else, man.
Oh, boy.
So, what place are you in the debate league?
Oh, I'm shit last. I'm dead last. So going throughout the rest of the playoffs, everybody is gonna have to give me a topic, and I'm gonna have to respond to the topics and just beat them with it. I'm like the 06 Giants.
Who was it that picked that topic for you to debate?
It was Bishop Eliyahu, and he personally, I think he picked that topic because he felt like he could get an extra easy win because it's a black platform. And black people have a total disdain for homosexuality. So I feel like he thought it was
Wait, hold on. You're saying that all black people have a disdain for homosexuality?
No, I didn't.
Have you seen the Super Bowl?
Where did you hear me use the word all? I said black people have a disdain for homosexuality.
So when you say black people, are you talking about how many? What's the percentage here?
Of course I'm not talking about the fucking faggots. Let's be real here. I'm saying black people, bro. Like, come on.
Okay, when you say black people, how am I supposed to interpret that?
If I say Starbucks open up,
Mm-hmm.
It was getting too heated. They got drop kicked out.
Oh, for real?
Yep, they'll come back in.
You the Nazareth witchcraft. Got my but internet is still running slow. The screen.
What happened?
Is that meme up? So let me see.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No, it's working.
All right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That cute dude is something else.
What are you grubbing on over there?
Damn, you can hear me? Damn.
You always are grubbing.
Yo, damn. Damn, I was trying to be all quiet. Damn.
There's a bunch of puppies over there eating.
What happened?
I don't know. Judah Nazareth witchcraft.
Judah said you exposing his doctrine again.
Yup.
Everybody got kicked out at the same time.
Yeah, that was weird. I don't know. The Q's gone, I guess.
You know what happened. You kicked everybody. You did it on purpose to get Cube out of there.
Nah, I ain't kicked nobody out.
Lamont and Cube are outside of the chat beefing.
Oh, word? Oh, shit.
No, I'm just teasing. Oh, man.
So you said...
ready to square that.
Yeah.
You know, I see them doing that I see them doing it. I see them doing it.
Yeah.
He fed right into it. He fed right into it.
That's like weird, yo. I wouldn't even took that
he
any last place.
Man, I know Q. He trolling. He ain't serious.
Lamont said he can't get back in.
All right. Tell him send it right now, Lamont.
Cube said he got kicked too.
Here we go.
Are you at work, Chris?
Friendly. No, I'm at home, man. I'm just chilling. You know what I'm saying? Friends of yours are friends of mine. Remember that, Amber? Oh, Amber not old enough. I'm sorry. Amber not old enough to remember songs like that.
I might be older than you.
No, you're not older than me.
How old are you?
I'm 40.
Oh, no, I'm not. Mm-mm.
Yeah. You wouldn't tell nobody if you was 40 any day. Amber was hoping I would say like 28. She was like, see, I'm younger than you, Chris. No, I'm damn. In March, I'm going to be 40. Shit, I ain't got nothing left.
All right, I sent the Q.
Got a 6-pack. Young, pretty, and still hit hard.
Just picked up from the liquor store. That's all that is.
Shit.
I don't even know what happened. I got kicked out, but P-Shot, go ahead.
All of us got kicked out.
Not me. Me and Amber were still in here. Oh. Judah Nazareth witchcraft. What do you think about Judah Nazareth, Q?
Judah Nazareth, man. You know, I think he's a good guy who got caught up in doctrine and got caught up with God and different type of false beliefs. You know, before this, I think he was probably like a nerd, like maybe somebody who niggas ain't really fuck with, and he found something one day, and he found this little nick, and he decided to roll with that. But overall, I think he's a good guy, man. You know, good for me, maybe good for somebody else. You know, I see the brother. He take care. He's there for his children. He's in their lives and stuff like that. So I can't hate on a brother like that. You know what I'm saying? Who's doing what they need to do. So,
have you seen his last accusation he's made?
Nah, I haven't seen it. What is it?
He accused me of asking him in his inbox for
what?
Yeah, he accused me of asking for naked pictures of his daughter.
Oh, damn, that's crazy.
He put his daughter on the front profile.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, I would say that is probably just, a retaliation from you guys doing what y'all doing. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that he really thinks that. I think that's like shock jock type of things that he's doing, but he's trying to combat a lot of these truths that you guys are bringing out, and
he can't win.
No, but here's the thing. Cube, you have a little girl, right?
Right, absolutely.
Okay, so if you had somebody who was, somebody you didn't agree with, right? Somebody, down the street or somebody at your work or whatever, an acquaintance of yours, accuse you of something or, say something about you didn't agree with, would you put your daughter in the front line and say, oh, this, because you didn't like that person, yeah, they're asking for naked pictures of my daughter?
Nah, me personally, I'm only 33, but I'm from the old school. Like, I'm not going that route. I'm trying to break a nigga jaw. Like, especially if I could touch you and you saying crazy shit like that. Like, I'd rather just come holler at you on some shit. I'm not really,
right. But
I wouldn't do nothing like that. That's sensationalism, and that's the shock jock shit that I'm talking about.
But you're kind of making an excuse for him to do that when you're saying, oh, he's just trying to get back to you about like that.
No. I'm not making an excuse. Hell no. That's not an excuse. What I'm saying is, and if you read between the lines, what I'm saying is the nigga is sick to do some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying the nigga is sick, number one. And number two, that's crazy to do something like that because I wouldn't do it. So I'm by no means giving him an escape route or dropping down a Donkey Kong ladder for the nigga. Like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm just saying, like, I see why he's doing it. I see why he's doing the fucked up shit that he's doing. That's all I'm saying. But that's crazy. Like, there's no nigga finna do some shit like that I can actually reach out to. Nah, that ain't gonna happen.
But it's like,
go ahead. No, I was just gonna say, like, he's doing this for a reason. He's trying to, reclaim or refurbish or reconstruct his image.
But how can you reconstruct your image from that? Like, you know what I mean? From that, you got the thrown back by like lying on, like putting your daughter in the middle of a crazy like lie like that. Like that's crazy to even think of that.
People do that.
I hear it. Yes, I hear the breathing. Yes.
Yeah,
It sounds like they're in a space mask.
You know what? People do stuff like that because they want to get, they want to draw the ire from the congregation or the people that's watching. What they're trying to do is they're trying to absorb the hit that's coming. You know what I'm saying? And that's really what it boils down to. Damn, somebody mashing buttons or something like a motherfucker. Or is it just me that hear that?
No, I hear it.
I'm getting busy at this game right now. Go ahead.
Damn, what you playing? Tekken or some shit or Street Fighters?
I mean, like, you could come up with a better.
No, I'm playing Soul Calibur 6.
Wow, that came out already?
Yeah.
Hey, yeah. You got that on the Xbox yet or what?
Yeah, now for like 4 months now, and I'm using Miss Rugi. I'm going mute.
You got Link on it?
I'll beat the hell out you in that game, bro. But nah. Yeah, like niggas do that shit to kind of, lessen the blow of what's going on.
He couldn't come up with nothing else better than that.
Well, you gotta
like that's
what we talking about. We talking about a dude who isn't really meticulous. He's more so speak first, think later type of guy. You know what I'm saying? And that's how he gets down. Like,
but that's the first thing that you think of, though. That's what he's saying.
That's what I'm saying. That's what's sad because he speaks first and thinks later. You know what I'm saying? Like a person like me, I'm the type that I think about shit real heavy before I come out with something. I don't just go off crazy and say, oh, no. I think about what the fuck I'm saying, and I strategize what the fuck I'm really gonna do. How I just dismantled your boy about 10 minutes ago. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
I have a debate coming up, so obviously he can't debate me on this shit. I've been thinking about this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I'm waiting for these type of weird ass questions. So when you look at Judah. When you look at Judah ain't really thinking about some of these questions because he's not debating this stuff. He's just throwing stuff out to try to minimize or mitigate the damage that he's receiving right now. That's it.
Well, here's the thing, is what I'll say about this. Yeah, sorry, excuse me. Is that when somebody is being accused of something so big like this can affect their job, right? A potential job that they may have in the future. And a lot of these men are out here providing for their families or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? You don't know how much damage that can cause.
I think he was out of the chat.
Yeah, he dropped out. I just sent him the link again.
Yeah. But to make something up like that, you know, there's consequences, and he's going to end up getting jacked again for making such false accusations. It's going to come right back and bite him again.
Yeah. It's I just don't understand like the logic of that one. Like that was weird.
But here's the thing: is all of us have tried to come to him behind the scenes and ask him to stop doing what he's doing, and you know, trying to be a brother or sister to the dude, but he absolutely refuses to listen to anybody.
Yeah, but let's be fair. Let's be honest with everybody, and everybody. Let's be fair. And if we want to obtain an accurate assessment of this particular brother, we have to be honest and say this brother is not all the way there.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
Before, like think about it. Before you ever spoke to this dude, you watched one of his videos, right?
I hadn't.
Oh, you hadn't. Oh, no. You hadn't. Mm-mm. Okay. Well, damn. You just jumped in head first. Shit. So, I'll say this. For the majority of the people who actually spoke to that back, and me personally, his videos were comic relief. You know what I'm saying? I looked at it as comic relief mixed with a little bit of truth in there that I thought at the time was true. Mm-hmm. But when you're listening and watching his videos and stuff like that, you say it to yourself, this nigga ain't all the way there. Mm-hmm. And then maybe when you speak to
Rest
him...
in peace to Judah Nazar's Doctrine. Rest in peace to Judah Nazar's Doctrine. Hit that like and subscribe button.
That doctrine, it ain't his, so it's going to continue to live.
Thank you. Continue to live. Hit that like and subscribe button. Hit that like and subscribe button. Which find the general? Which find the general? Which find the general? Which find the general?
Yup. You got a witch out. Burn their ass up.
Listen, that temple man is something.
And if it's a false doctrine, I'm gonna tear it up.
Listen, that temple man is something that I used to grab my stomach laughing at. Like when he showed the pictures of it, like maybe even like 4 years ago when I came across it, dude. I used to laugh so hard. Like Temple Man, he constructed a Temple Man out of this shit. I'm like, yo, this is ridiculous. But like, we have to go all the way there, man. This is the way how he, you know, I don't want to say get drunk, but he just goes off on rants and stuff like that. Like, the dude ain't all the way there.
Yeah, nah.
So
hit like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Which find the general? Which find the general?
Burning them up.
Which find the general?
Burning them up.
Hey, listen, somebody else go. I don't begrudge the dude, know that he may be semi-retarded or some shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't begrudge him. I'm dead serious. Like, I think... That's it. Somebody else go ahead. I don't want to shit on nothing like that. But
that's too
like
late,
and subscribe. Too late for that.
Oh,
you at home taking care of his family now.
Hey, who keep kicking me out though? That's what I need to know. Who keep kicking me out? That's crazy.
Nobody. All of us getting kicked out.
Oh, okay. Hey, but why don't I see when I go into the hangouts that I can just join back in? Like, I've never seen that before.
Because it's the Witch Finder General. We don't get down like that.
Yeah.
Burning them up. That's it.
And I'm tearing it up.
Mm-hmm.
Link and subscribe. Hit the link, join it, subscribe. If you're a Christian, come on in here. We'll burn your ass up too. Come on in with that false ass. You won't believe in no damn Jesus when we done. Hell,
he won't be
in a lot of shit when I'm done with you. I promise you that.
Yeah, shout out to Yaquab. Yeah, they got him in the mix of it too. Dude ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
Well, y'all got an atheist in here now, so I might try to steal some souls tonight. So
we're gonna give Cube and Judah their own show. We're gonna call it the Ungodly Hour.
Hey, listen.
Oh, shit.
I'm trying to steal some souls tonight. So,
wait, you believe in soul?
Uh-oh.
You believe in souls?
Uh-oh.
No, man, I'm just joking.
Get
bro.
get a Lamont.
I mean, as an atheist, you have a very limited perspective. I mean,
No, seriously, I'm just joking, bro. I don't believe that anybody has a soul, and neither has anybody on the face of this earth has ever proved that we have a soul. So I'm clearly joking.
you don't think that people have souls?
No, it's not something that I think about. It's something that's a fact. Let's be honest here.
Okay.
And if you,
the thing is, I don't understand that pattern of thinking, because, like, clearly we see a difference between a person that's alive and a person that's dead. And what makes that person alive?
well, that's fairly simple to understand. The person
Wow.
that's dead is usually sitting on a table. And the person that's alive is usually walking around and speaking to you, such as
okay, and they're walking around, and what makes them to walk around and speak? Like, what is it?
The same thing that doesn't allow them to walk around and speak when they're dead.
Okay, and what is that?
It's because they're dead.
Okay, right. But you said that there is no soul, so what makes them walk around and speak?
He's a good shit.
Well,
Dead.
Well, you gotta understand, brother. And I hope you get this. And maybe you won't get it, but whatever. I'll say it.
No, I get it.
Oh, you do? So why are you asking me about it?
Because I'm trying to figure it out. How do you have this thought process? Like, I don't understand how you're running around, you're advocating for homosexuality. You're going around.
Let's not engage in libel or slander, because I never said that. Let's not engage in that. Let's not engage in that.
So in your debate, are you for homosexuality, or are you against homosexuality in your debate?
All right. What was very key, what you said, was in the debate. The debate.
But do you
in the debate, are you for or are you against?
Of course I'm for it. No different.
Okay,
than
so I'm slandering you by saying you support homosexuality.
Oh my goodness! Listen, answer
the question. You can't ask him a question, and then when he goes to answer it, cut him off.
Y'all link and subscribe. Link and subscribe. Which find the general? Which find the general? Which find the general? Which find the general?
If I'm
burn them up.
A boxing ring, of course I have to fight. If I'm in the realms of a football game and I'm in the chalk, I have to play football. But with that's what you should judge me on. Try to what I may do in between the 90 feet of a court, or what I may do within a boxing ring, to what I actually do in my daily life. That's not fair.
Did you have a choice to be for or against homosexuality in your debate?
Of course you have a choice.
So why did you choose to be for homosexuality?
Because when I'm in a debate, as you stated ever so graciously, when I'm in a debate, I have to be for it, because that's the topic of the debate.
Okay, so on the outside of the debate, do you find it moral?
Yes, I do.
So then it doesn't matter if you're in a debate or not. You still are saying that it's moral.
No. Actually, it does matter, because if I'm in a debate on if it's moral, then yes, I will say in and outside, I do think it's immoral. But if we're talking about
support homosexuality,
But if we're talking about is it harmful and various effects and things like that, I would disagree. So I'm not one who's gonna stand out in a gay parade and hold up a fucking sign. No, because I don't. Hold on, I'm telling you, I don't agree with homosexuality, but I'm telling you, it's moral.
What?
No, this nigga.
You don't understand
You're a twisted dude, man.
I don't know, man. You buzzing.
So what's your definition of moral?
Something that is accepted by society.
That's actually not the definition of moral. It says concerned with the principle of right and wrong behavior and the goodness and badness of human character. That's the definition of moral.
Oh, really?
Yes, and the other definition is holding or
wait,
manifesting high principles for proper conduct. Homosexuality is proper conduct.
Hold on. You read the definition of moral. You didn't read the definition of immoral.
Which finder general? Which finder general? Which finder general?
Yep.
Hit like and subscribe. Like and
Burn
subscribe.
them up. Burning them up.
This is where you fall short. You read the definition of moral, but you were asking me.
Like and
But you were
subscribe.
you were asking me questions on if it was immoral. So what I gave you the definition of immoral. That's the definition I gave you. And let me read it to you. It says not conforming to accepted standards of morality.
We were talking about moral, and you gonna give us a definition of immoral?
Oh well, I apologize. I thought he was talking about immoral, so that's why I responded.
No. You got caught. You got caught.
Yeah, I asked you what's your definition of moral?
Oh, I thought you said immoral. I'm sorry. I thought you
Yo, he be trying. That's that Judah Nazareth shit. He be trying that Jedi mind trick
You
shit.
doing that Judah Nazareth shit, my nigga.
Yup.
Nah,
That's that Judah Nazareth shit.
Listen,
Yup.
the whole time we talk about immorality and shit like that.
Because you even sat there and you even sat there and said moral.
Brother.
Damn.
I said it. I misspoke. I'm telling you right now. If I did say that, which I don't
Okay,
think
so we've established
Yup.
huge sexuality.
Brother, no.
Why would you give us the definition of immoral? Because he said that. Because you said yourself that he didn't know the definition of moral.
But hold on, wait. Now remember when I just said this? I said, "Am I gonna be sitting waving a flag for homosexuality?" I just said,
Well,
no.
you are because you're supporting
Yup.
it by debating for it.
No. Listen. Once again,
As well.
like I said, either I misspoke, misheard, or you guys might have misspoke. That's what happened. Because I just told you I'm not holding a flag for homosexuality because I have reasons that I think that there's problems with. That's what I said. So I thought you guys were talking about immoral, not moral. That's why I gave you the definition of immoral and not moral.
So in
Simple as
Nah. You lying.
this debate,
Okay.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Because I looked up moral before. And because of the stream,
The cosign
y'all said it was lagging, buffering and stuff. I took it down. When you was talking about moral earlier. Before it just came up now. I already had the definition up on my screen. I had just erased it before y'all brought it up again. You said moral. And you said you don't know the definition of moral.
I never said that.
You did too.
I never said I don't know the definition, but I can
No, you
just
said
look it up.
I don't
It'll
know.
take 3
Yeah,
seconds.
he don't
Because
know.
Lamont didn't know.
Yup.
You said that I don't know the definition.
Let's be fair. I can take 3 seconds. And
I'm
when I
being
say I don't
fair.
know, when I can just say, hold on real quick. And look at it. Take 3
No,
seconds.
you said
You with that
don't
Jedi
know.
Nine shit. You that Judah Nash shit.
Thank you. I'm glad the brother's at least being honest.
Uh-huh.
I'm glad he's at least being honest. Hey, but Nils, what was the question that you just asked?
Yeah, okay,
I
so
couldn't hear
you
you.
said that you're not in support of it. So then basically going on that show, you're giving a cosign, an approval, or giving people that could be on the fence a way to think differently, right? And saying, yeah, this is okay. So then that's you supporting it.
Well, hold on. But see,
Yes.
there's a yes and no situation with your question because it's kind of loaded, but I do want to answer it. Now, check this out. Are you in support of people having guns?
That hasn't.
Hold on, no, listen, I promise you, I'm going to bring it back and correlate to where you understand. I just want you to answer the question. Are you in support of people having guns?
For what kind of use?
Hold
That's
on.
the Judah
Trust me,
Nazareth
I'm
shit.
getting there. Listen, trust me, I'm getting there. I'm going to...
Well, going back.
All right, let me move. All right, let me...
Judah Nazareth.
Okay. Well, let me move on to the next question. Are you in support of people having guns to defend their family?
Sure.
Okay, so now, are you in support of people killing people?
In what circumstance?
See, this is what I'm talking about. You have to answer the question so I can get to the next question. I'm not. Listen, this ain't no. Listen, hold on. Let's be fair. I'm trying to be fair with you. This ain't no gotcha. This ain't nothing that I thought.
No, this isn't a gotcha. I'm not thinking it's a gotcha, but it's a very wide question. It's like, say, are you in support of people going and jumping off of a cliff? Okay, so are they skydiving?
No. But see, you know what? I can be honest and say no. I'm not in support of that. But once you break it down, I can then deduce when you break it down and give me 4 different ways that people jumping off of cliffs into water, then people jumping out of airplanes. Once you start to break it down, I can agree and then disagree on those subcategories. So I'm asking you with this one category, and it doesn't affect the rest of the category. And I say, well, are you in agreement of people killing each other? You can say, no, I'm not in agreement with that. But then when I ask, go ahead.
The question before said in defense of their family, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then obviously they would be using that for defense of their family, not for just going out and randomly going and killing people.
Absolutely.
So that would go back to my original question that I would support that if they are defending their family.
All right, so now what I'm saying is this. You are in agreement that people should be killed at one point or another, right?
Should be killed, or could be killed?
Should be. Yes, I'm using the correct word. Should be killed at one point or another. In this spectrum, how can you not say that when you just
because you can protect your family without killing somebody?
Hold on. But she's already answered the question, so when she's answered that she's in agreement with it. So when I give her the spectrum, she also then she's actually acquiesced to it, and I don't really have to ask the question. What I'm trying to do is get her to understand something. That's why I'm asking this particular question. So I'm trying to walk with her down the path so she can understand what I'm saying.
Okay, so to protect my family, right? I would be fine with somebody having a gun, but does that mean that I have to?
No. See, you're jumping ahead. What I want you to do is walk with me, because what you asked me and what you asked me and what you
that's Judah Nazareth right there.
Hold on, wait. I promise this will be edifying. What you're asking me and what you want from me is you're trying to figure out how can I take a stand on homosexuality that I do, but I don't support homosexuality. That is what you're trying to figure out, right?
I'm answering the question that you're asking me as far as God.
No, but listen.
Yeah, go
ahead. But let's be fair. What you're trying to do is figure out the half. You're trying to figure out ultimately you're trying to figure out how did I get to the stance that I had. Because if you weren't trying to figure that out, then your question is kind of like empty space.
No,
it has no meaning.
Your questions are very general.
Exactly. You're right. I'm asking general questions. Go ahead.
So I need for you to narrow it down, because I can't. The spectrum of things are so large. I can't say yes. There's certain circumstances where certain things are okay. Is it okay?
Exactly. Thank you. Say that again. Hold on. Say that one more time. There are times where things are okay, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to walk you down the path of when there.
Man, you gotta get to the point.
Things are. This is what I'm trying to do.
Tell me what it is that you're trying to get to. Go ahead and explain.
Listen, it doesn't work like that, because the point I'm trying to make is this: I have a particular set of beliefs and understandings. And the best way for you to understand it is if I walk you down that path. Now, if I just say, well, I think homosexuals shouldn't be killed and burned at the stake, you're going to say, well, hold on, what the fuck? The hell with them homosexuals. Let them be burned at the stake. But if I can walk you down the same path that I went through, then you can understand what I understand. And then at that point, then you still have the right to say, well, I don't agree with it. But at least I can show you but on how I got there. And that's all I was trying to do with you. That's it. I was only trying to show you how I got to this point. Because when you look at
that path was the highway.
Hold on, listen. When you look at the whole spectrum, like if I ask Killer B, do you agree with homosexuality?
Nope.
What you gonna say?
No.
Okay, exactly. So now, if I can walk you down to see how I got to this point, what you would at least be able to say is, well, I see how he got there, but I still disagree.
All right.
So when you, but let me say this real quick. But let me say this real quick. But if I just jump to the point, then he's gonna say I still disagree and fuck everything else. But he would not be able to say I see how you got there. But if I just jump to the point, he can't say I see how you got there. And that.
Do you find it to be acceptable?
I find it to be acceptable through rationale. And see, once again, we're jumping, but I'll go ahead and say it because I guess it takes too long or you don't have patience. That's cool. But
hell yeah, let's say it.
No, I'm serious.
Just say it first with an option to hear the shit later.
I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, it's rational. Listen, it's
shit.
well. If you can explain it, brother, better than I can, go ahead. I'll give you the chance.
No. Get back on it.
Listen. Come on, go ahead. Give me what you got. You know, this is what I do. You know, I'm not feeling no type of way. I thought he might have.
You feel that homosexuality is okay as long as it doesn't affect you or your family, your way of life, right?
Well, that's one thing. Yes, absolutely. I totally agree with that. The same way
it doesn't affect your ideology.
Wait. Allow me to answer. Yes, I do agree with that. The same way. Did you hear about Sandy Hook with that one dude running in there killing them kids?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And do any of you guys have kids?
Yeah.
I have kids. I don't have kids, but God.
All right. So for the people that do have kids, did you feel a sense of because I remember when that happened, because my daughter was just born, maybe 4 days after that happened. When you heard about that, did you feel a sense of calmness that this shit wasn't happening to you and yours?
No, because it was fake. It was fake.
Listen, come on, man. See, let's not go there.
Sandy Hook, it didn't happen. That's why.
Bro, listen.
Sandy Hook
Listen. No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Listen, I didn't say if it happened or not. It's an art to listening. I said when it happened, what did you feel? I didn't say if this shit happened or not. If you listen,
when that happened on the news,
hold on,
what
stop,
I felt
bro,
was
stop. Bro, stop. Me personally, I don't feel it happened either. I watched those documentaries. I think it's false too. Because what you're doing is you jumping out the fucking window and not even recognizing what I'm saying. I think this shit was false. But what I'm saying is, how did you feel when it happened? You thought this shit was real.
So how does this tie into homosexuality being a rational thing?
And that's the problem. If y'all would allow me to walk down the street with your sister, I would have got to that point. And this is what's so crazy to me. Is that I'm telling you, let me just walk down the street. Let me just do this. Let me just ask these questions. But then you say, get to the point, get to the point. So now I got to the point, and now you're asking me to walk down the street again.
I didn't hear you.
This is what's so crazy about it. I'm telling you, let me walk with you. Well, answer this question. Well, I don't want to answer that because this may be, answer this. Well, just get to the point. Okay, I get to the point. Well, how does this tie in? I was trying to tie it in from Jump Street. I was trying to tie it in.
Man, you ain't tell us nothing. Just like you lied on that moral shit.
Okay, all right. You got it.
Judah Nazareth.
Come on, man. Don't do me like that, bro.
Yeah.
Don't do me like that.
You did front on that moral shit. I'll keep it 100.
I see why you're.
You gotta take that L.
See why I'm like, hold on, bro. You know I'm in the final 6, right? You know if I win this shit, then I'm going to the final 4, right?
You're not gonna win.
I don't even watch the
no,
debate league. I don't know what's going on over
bro. There's no way that I can fucking lose. I'll just be honest with you. Bro.
You're not gonna win. I'll bet my body.
there. Bro, you ain't gonna win that.
Hey, listen. There's no way I can fucking lose. And I would love to take you on that bet if I knew you. And if you didn't give me my money, I could punch you in your mouth. But you don't know that. So I'm not gonna take that bet.
You're full of shit.
Okay. It's unfortunate that you feel that way because what you're doing is what most people do that have a disdain towards homosexuality. They rather attack the person versus the argument, and you clearly cannot get around the argument. You rather attack the person.
So all you saying if somebody would decide to go screen up some homosexuals, you would feel bad about it.
Hold on, wait. Say that again, brother.
Yeah, somebody would round up a bunch of homosexuals, right, and wanted to do something to them, like hang them or whatever, right? And so you're saying that is moral because you would feel bad about it.
No. Listen, this is what we do, and I want you, all of you guys, to understand this because for the black people, I don't know who's black, who's not. The one guy who was just speaking, he doesn't sound black, but it doesn't fucking matter. Wow. It really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter to me.
I didn't know that the black had a sound, but go ahead.
Well, now you do. I know what black people sound like, and you just don't sound like it, which is cool. I'm telling you, it's cool. So let's dead that.
You didn't know what moral meant, but go ahead.
Okay, so now, what I'm saying is this. There was
the guy who supports the homosexuality, but go ahead.
Oh yeah. Nice attempt at that hominem. But listen, the point I'm trying to make is there was a time that black people didn't have the rights that we have now. There was this time. And for the brother who just spoke and attempted that ad hominem, wherever you are, you don't sound white. There was a time that your people didn't have rights either. So with that being said, we have to look and say, okay, well, what's going on? So this is what we do. As humanists, as atheists, we start. This is what we start. We start at ultimate freedom. We start at ultimate freedom, meaning you can do whatever you want to do, whenever you want to do it. But, hold on, listen, check it out. We start at ultimate freedom. You can do whatever you want to do, whenever you want to do it. But then we start bringing that shit down slowly and taking away some of these things when we find out this shit is hurting people. So if we start out at the top, which is ultimate freedom, you can do whatever you want to do, whenever you want to do it. So when a motherfucker say he wants to molest a 6-year-old girl, we say, nope, check this out. Molesting children is off the table and you go to jail for life for doing that. A motherfucker say, well, this person owed me $2 and they give it to me, so I'm going to murder him. Well, we go down again, but we're going to take that freedom away that you can't just kill a motherfucker whenever you want to. You go to prison for the rest of your life, and we might give you the fucking needle to get you on the fuck up out of here. You see what I'm saying? We go down further and further till we get to the point to where things are equitable to where we can live together in as much harmony as possible. And the reason that we do this is because we have reason. We have reason. And if we can look at the majority of the people in the country, state, or wherever we're living at that particular time, we can say, well, hold on. If this thing that this one person is doing harms another person, let's take this freedom away. Truth be told, you can rob a bank tomorrow if you want to. You're free to do that. But guess what? There's a penalty behind it. So we set these things up so people won't go and do these things. That's the humanist and atheist side of this shit. People like to say, oh, well, atheists don't believe anything. You're a stupid motherfucker for saying that. Because an atheist, such as myself, I believe in 99.7 of the same shit that you fucking believe in. You want to get off of work, go home, chill, watch some movies, kick it, probably go to Mickey D's or whatever the case may be, and don't want to hear no gunshots and all that shit. I feel the same fucking way. Just because I'm an atheist, I'm different? No. It don't work like that. You want to work a job, and maybe you may be at an entry-level job, and these motherfuckers treat you like shit, paying you $70 an hour. Why the fuck can't you get paid $10, $12 an hour to where you don't gotta live paycheck to paycheck. I feel the same way for people that work those type of jobs.
Mm-hmm.
So for people to say that atheists don't feel nothing and we don't believe in nothing, no, I believe in everything y'all believe in. The one thing that is this 0.1 or 0.3% shit is this fucking God that you believe in. That's it. That's all it is. Outside of that, you love your family, I love my family. If I fuck with some of your family, you'll kill me. If you fuck with my family, I'll kill you, nigga. You fuck with my sister, I'll kill you. I fuck with your sister, you'll kill me. It's the same shit. We believe in all the same things. It's just that we look at this God aspect and say we're so different. We're not fucking different. We're not.
Yes, we are. We
All
are
go
different.
ahead. Go ahead, explain it to me,
Because you
please.
support homosexuality.
I'm not going to repeat it again. But go ahead.
See, the thing
You
is
trying to
about
do that
being an
coexist
atheist.
shit? Like,
What? I mean, as far as right and wrong, as an atheist, there is no right. There is no God. There is no right. There is no wrong. There is no up. There is no down. We can live in a parallel universe where I could kill your family and there's nothing you could do about it. Or, you know, like, why do you have those feelings that you need to retaliate if somebody hurts your family? Like, there is no
because
feelings.
I'm a human being, bro. Because I'm a human being. That's why I have these feelings. The same
Okay,
way
so what does that even mean?
No.
What does being a human being mean?
The
What does it
same
mean?
way. Hold on, I'm
Doesn't
about to
mean
explain it
shit.
to you. I'm about to explain it to you. The same way that a fucking elephant feels when poachers come and steal their fucking baby elephant away from them. Hold on,
What about
stop,
these
bro.
feelings?
You asked me.
What
bro,
about
you
these
asked me-
feelings? Why do
bro, you
why do
asked-
these feelings matter as an atheist?
You asked me a question and I'm trying to answer it.
Why do these feelings matter as an atheist?
Listen, these are human emotions, bro, and I'm trying to explain it to you. But you
Why
keep
do
cutting
they
me off.
matter?
You're deflecting.
Emotions matter.
Bro, can I? If I can't answer your first question, which will lead into your second question, then I don't want to deal with you. What I'm telling you is the same way a fucking dog may cry. Have you ever seen a dog cry? Of course, we've all seen this shit. Elephants, dolphins, whales, we've all seen these motherfuckers cry. So this is not something that's relegated to a human. This is something that's relegated to animals, period.
Why does it matter?
We have these attachments. So now, when you say, well, why do these things matter? Well, that's very fucking simple. If you was living next to a fucking tree and you didn't grow up in an apartment or a home and you was living in the fucking forest and this tree was your favorite fucking tree and then some motherfuckers came and wiped out and cut down that fucking tree, that shit gonna hurt you. The reason it hurts,
why does it matter?
The reason it fucking hurts is because you have an attachment to it. And if you're too fucking stupid to understand that when you break a fucking attachment,
So now
something
you're going to
happens
start
to
calling
it.
people stupid?
No, listen, no. I said if. I said
Look,
if.
bro,
I said
look.
if.
As an
you're too stupid.
atheist, there is no God, right? There is no emotional attachment.
That's not what we believe. You're lying again. I never said there was no God.
There is no attachment.
That's not what atheist.
What is an atheist then?
Is a person that lacks a belief in a God. Come on, man. Who the fuck you think you're talking to?
Okay, so you lack in the belief of all these ideas about what's right and wrong?
Watch this. Do you believe in Zeus?
No, I don't.
So that would make you what? An atheist towards Zeus?
No, it doesn't make me an atheist.
Hold on.
Because I don't
Brother,
believe in
you know
Zeus.
what? What we're not going to do is we're going to give each other a chance to speak. We have to do that.
Wait, whose platform are you on?
Brother, I'm talking to you, brother.
We're not on the debate league.
Brother, but hold on. I'm talking to you. Why can't we be cordial and talk as men? So
Because I'm gonna cut down whatever bullshit you got to say immediately.
When you asked a question, I was quiet. Now it's time for me to respond. Why is there a problem?
You responded, and I'm gonna be like, "That's bullshit." I'm gonna cut it down immediately because I'm not gonna let you go on and on with
okay. What? Now you said it's bullshit. Can I continue? I heard you.
Yes.
You said you don't agree. So, do you believe that Zeus is real?
No, I answered that question already.
Okay, so now, do you believe that Nike, the god Nike, is real?
The god Nike?
Yes.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah,
Brother.
that's a god.
I've never heard of the god Nike.
Bro, listen.
Yeah, there is a god
take
named
5
Nike.
sec-
There is a
Listen,
god
take
Nike.
5 seconds.
There-
Take
wait,
5
wait,
seconds.
Thank the
Take
god of
5 seconds.
victory.
Yes.
The Nike shoes are from a Greek god.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. Well, no,
See,
well, I'm not familiar with it, so I
it's
don't
okay.
believe it.
Brother, listen, it's all about that you don't know. It's fine. I ain't got a problem. It's okay. So
Okay,
now,
so I don't believe in it. I've never heard of it.
Okay, I got you. So now I just named 2 gods that you do not believe in. So when we look at the definition of an atheist, the definition says the lack of a belief in a god or gods, plural. So I just gave you 2 gods that you don't believe in. So you're an atheist towards these 2 gods, which is Zeus and Nike, correct?
No, I'm not an atheist.
And that definition probably
No.
wrong. We gotta check
Come
that
on,
definition
man.
on this nigga. Cause
See,
he's
when we get disingenuous,
we ain't fucking with these niggas with his words, John. That you the ass shit. What was that word again? What we looking up?
Atheist.
Atheist. All right.
Yeah, somebody, before we even continue, somebody look up the definition of atheist, man. Because
What
this dude
y'all
is not
remember
even
what this
being
nigga
real.
said?
So what?
Y'all remember what this nigga said? In case he tried to switch it up.
I said,
We weren't here for you. We
said the
want
lack
to hear
of
what
belief
everybody
in
else
a
said.
god or
Because you can
gods.
switch that
Atheist
shit
is a
up.
person who disbelieves
Hold
or lacks belief in the existence of God or gods.
That's what I just said.
All
So
right,
you
all
lack a
right.
belief in Nike and you lack a belief in Zeus. So that would
No,
make
but
you
I'm not an
atheist.
atheist.
Hold on, listen, bro. Listen, that would make you an atheist
But
towards.
I'm not an atheist.
Listen, hold on. Bro, stop. You have to listen to what I'm saying because you didn't listen before.
Okay, go ahead.
And that's what caused you.
Go ahead.
Listen, you're an atheist towards. Listen, I'm not saying you're an atheist. I'm saying you're an atheist towards Nike and Zeus because you lack a belief in Zeus and you lack a belief in Nike, right?
Okay, so what if you lie to me and
Bro,
then stop to
can you
believe in
answer
your
the
lies? Does that make me an atheist?
Listen, bro, I will answer any question you
So,
propose to
so
me.
on the media, when they're lying about shootings
Bro,
or lying
I will
about
answer
this,
any-
and I don't believe
listen,
in it, I'm an
I would
atheist.
answer any question you propose to me, but we have to be fair. You have to answer my questions as well.
It's synonymous with heathen and pagan,
Listen,
free thinker,
listen.
libertine,
Yes or no?
nihilist.
Are you an atheist towards Zeus and Nike? And the
No.
reason you're atheist, so you believe in Zeus?
No, I don't believe in Zeus.
So if you don't believe in Zeus, that means you lack a belief in Zeus, right?
Yes, I lack a belief in Zeus.
Which would make you an atheist.
No,
toward
I'm not an atheist.
Zeus. No, that's not what I'm
I'm
saying.
not an atheist towards Zeus.
So you believe in Zeus.
No, I don't believe in Zeus.
So that would make you an atheist towards
I'm not
Zeus.
an atheist towards Zeus.
So that means you believe in it, bro.
No, I don't believe in Zeus.
Oh my. Please, somebody
Any more
else.
questions?
Yeah, that was.
Willie Grits. Willie Grits. Willie Grits. Do you understand what I'm trying to say, bro? With you. Now, do you believe in Zeus?
So yes, I would. So yes, I would be an atheist.
Towards. Just
Going
towards.
by. Hold on. You asked me a question, so like I'll give you time to talk. I understand the concept of an actual conversation. So in your definition of the meaning of atheist, I would be an atheist towards Nike and Zeus.
Okay, great. So now, my thing is, do you believe in Yahweh, Yahweh, whatever you call him, the God of the Bible? Do you believe in that God?
Yes.
Okay, so now, I am an atheist towards him because
Dang.
Because number one, you have an atheistic view towards Nike and Zeus, the same way that I have an atheistic view towards Nike and Zeus. But the difference is you just believe in one God more than I do.
No, brother Daniel Haru just dropped a comment. He said he would be an atheist to the Greeks. To the Greeks.
Exactly. See, now that's a brother that understands what I'm putting down. And really Grits understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get it. So now, what would your God be?
So,
I
but
don't
we
have a God. I don't have a God.
But so we not in Greece. If we was in Greece and some Greeks asked us, do we believe in God? We'd be like, no, nigga. Not your shit. Because that's the God that they talking about. But in America, they talking about that God that's in the Bible and Torah.
If we was living in the Greeks in the Grecian times, they would ask you what you believe. You would say Yahweh, and I would say I don't believe in none of that stuff. And I would be dead, and you would be alive. It would kill me.
Okay, but all right, so well, you got to believe in something. So
says who? Says who?
Do you believe that you have to eat meals throughout the day to stay alive? Do you believe in that?
Yeah, you go outside and God forbid somebody hits you in the head with something. You're going to believe in something then?
No, I don't believe. No, I don't believe that I have to eat food to stay alive. That makes no sense. Why would I believe in something that I know that's the same? That doesn't make sense.
Okay. So you believe everything you know everything then?
I didn't say that. I only answered your question.
You were an Israelite before, right? And like a Christian and all that stuff?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Are you fully deprogrammed from it all?
Well, deprogrammed is kind of conspiracy theorist.
All right, say like you on the highway, right? And that state trooper get behind your ass and shit. You're like, oh, please God, don't let this pull me over. You gonna say that? Or you just gonna be what would an atheist say?
Just like, listen, I'm shook just like everybody else. It ain't no other shit. Like, just because I know God is fake. And
all right, you're thinking. All right, now let me re-say that. That was a bad example. Say you're thinking of a result in your favor. Do you do that?
Listen, of course not, because I can die just like you. We're made up of the same thing. So, of course, I don't feel any calm just because I'm an atheist, because guess what?
So, you don't be like, oh, shit, I hope that don't go...
Wait.
Right.
Let me answer.
So, you wouldn't be like, wait, hold on. So, you wouldn't be like, oh, shit, I hope that don't happen.
Listen, if I was a stupid nigga that believed in Zeus, and me and you were in the car together, and you believed in Yahweh or Yahweh or whatever y'all call him,
yep,
we gonna feel the same goddamn way. It don't matter who the fuck we believe in. We know that the police stops us and they have a fuck on their hips. That shit don't change what the fuck is like real life. It doesn't change that.
All right,
shit.
So you don't pray?
Listen, hold on, wait. You could be sitting there praying to Yahweh. I could be sitting there praying to Zeus. And this motherfucker, if he aims,
so you pray to Zeus
and squeeze the trigger, nigga, it's over.
Yeah, you pray to Zeus.
No, that was a...
Okay, all right.
You're using it as an example.
All right, I got it.
Yeah.
I got it, you know.
So within your definition, it says you say the lack of.
Yes.
So the lack of, it's not really defining a total disbelief.
Hold on. Wait. Thank you. This is one person who's thinking. Thank your God for this one brother. Who's this? Witty Grits. Now listen.
So that's why I asked you before, like, so quote unquote God. Right. So whatever. So my God, like I have an image, whether you believe in that or not. Now, what your God is, that could be science. So
I don't have a God, brother. Let's clear that up. I don't have a God.
No, I understand that. I understand that. But what I'm saying is, so let me walk you down the street. So at the top of my pyramid, I have a god,
Okay.
a spiritual figure.
Okay.
Right? At the top. Now, because of the lack, you said it was the lack of belief. So at the top of your pyramid, quote unquote God, like my God, it's a spiritual figure. So that means that you believe in something. So that God, I'm just using the word God.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, brother. I want you to get it out. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So I'm using the word God just for argument's sake. So
that's fine. That's fine.
So the word at the top of your figure, what would your God be? Would your God be science?
No, there's nothing at the top of the pyramid. There's nothing there.
There's nothing there. So do you believe?
Hold on.
Let him finish because he got more questions.
So, because you gotta believe in something. You know what I mean? Like this world. Hold on. This world didn't just. This world just didn't magically appear out of nowhere.
All right. Well, I have to interject at some point.
Okay, go ahead.
Because you're saying a lot of things. Now, when you say I have to believe in something, in one instance you're correct, but the way that you use believe is not the same way that I use believe. We have to make that clear. Now, when I use the word believe, I use it as confidence. When you use the word believe, you use it as faith. And when you say you believe in God, what you're actually saying is you have faith that there's a God. When I say believe, like if I say I believe that if I keep exercising, then I can get a six-pack, I'm saying I have confidence that if I keep exercising and doing sit-ups, I'll get a six-pack. It's two totally different things, so we must understand that first.
I understand that, but when I'm using the word belief, so right now, like the atheist will come out of me because I believe in scientific facts. Like when you believe in the Bible or you have faith in the Bible, like it's not scientifically proven by an actual fact. It's something that you feel on the inside.
But listen to what you just said. You said, I believe in scientific facts when there's no need to believe in scientific facts. Because any scientific fact, you should be able to duplicate or replicate. That's number one. And then you went on to say that when I believe in the Bible, you can't duplicate or replicate anything in the Bible. If you go, hold on, I'm not done.
Yeah.
When I talk about duplicating or replicating things, can you call fire down from heaven like Elijah did? And if you can't, I'll believe in your God today. Can you do it?
No, of course not.
So why do I have any reason to believe in your God if you can't even do the simplest of things that were done in the Bible?
Okay, in the Bible or in the Torah, the Creator created the sun, the luminaries, which is the stars, and you're saying that we need to. Can we replicate that? Can you replicate?
No. That's not what I asked, brother. I said something very clear and succinct.
Scientifically, it can be scientifically. Yes, that can be.
Hold on. Wait. Let me address.
Are you talking about the sun? The sun can be replicated scientifically?
No, wait. Hold on. Let me address this brother's question because he's obviously off a little bit. What I said was, if you can't call down fire from heaven like Elijah did, and all he did was pray to God, and he also did something else. He sent down 2 she-bears to kill these children who was mocking him. If you can't do that, I have no reason to believe you. I said nothing about recreating a sun or recreating the moon. I said nothing about that. I said specifically what I was talking about.
Well, okay, so in this universe, how come it's the stars, the sun, the earth?
So you're gonna skip over what I said to ask another question. Can you
Well,
duplicate?
the thing
what
is, you're saying that you're saying that if I can call down fire like Elijah, then you would believe. But I can't do that. So we're moving on.
Okay, no, hold on. That's very key. If you can't do it, I'm telling you why I don't believe in your Bible.
Okay, I get that. I get it. And we can
hold
move
on,
on.
but listen. I just want to explain it to you. One person did it, and he did it with ease. And all he did is clearly in the scriptures on exactly how he did it.
Yeah, but the scriptures doesn't say that everybody could do this.
Hold on, I didn't say that. What I'm telling you is, in the scriptures, it's clear on how he did it. So if you can't do it, I have no reason to believe in your God.
Okay, but the scriptures doesn't say that everybody is able to have these special abilities.
Oh, okay. Well, can you give me one person that can do it or has ever done it after him?
No.
Okay, so I don't have no reason once again to believe in this shit.
So we can move on, right? Okay. So as far as these the sun, the moon, the stars, and time and space, are these things real?
Of course they're real.
Okay, so how do these things come into existence?
Please allow me to answer. You asked all
You
these
did answer. You said they are real.
Yeah, but allow me to answer fully. You
Okay.
ask all these things. You ask are these things real? Of course they're real. I'm talking to you over invisible connection versus we don't have two cups connected by a string and talking. So there's something that invisible that we can't see, but that we know exists. So of course these things are possible. Go ahead.
Okay, so as far as we all have limitations as human beings.
Absolutely.
And then, okay, so wouldn't it be a little bit arrogant for a human being to say that there is no God when you yourself have these limitations?
All right, it's not arrogant. The reason it's not arrogant, because once again, and I have to stand on what I just said earlier. The reason it's not arrogant is because, let me see. Yeah, right now I'm connected to Wi-Fi on my phone. Are you connected to Wi-Fi on your phone?
No, I'm connected to the cell phone tower, the 4G.
Oh, okay, cool. So now, we're both connected to various sources, but we're
EMF waves, that you can't see, high frequencies.
We are not able to see those with the naked eye.
Right.
But what we can do is we can show evidence that these things exist, and just the simple evidence is that.
Yes.
So we have evidence that these things exist versus your God, who have no evidence whatsoever.
Well, I told you the evidence, the existence of time and space, the sun, moon, and the stars. That's evidence.
But an atheist don't really care if it exists or not. An atheist just don't believe in it. Period.
No, that's not true, brother. That's not true. Listen, understand this. We're talking. Me and this brother and everybody on the panel. We're talking. Now, if one wanted evidence on how there are equations and there are ways to find out exactly how the fuck this shit is possible. So tomorrow, the brother Lamar, what he could do is if he had enough money, he could recreate the same fucking thing and do this shit again. But when it comes to this God shit, he cannot recreate that. There's nothing he can do.
People can see stuff and not believe it.
Hold on, wait. I'm almost done. There's nothing he can do to talk to God, to see God, to understand God. There's nothing.
But that's a different argument. That don't pertain to you, though.
No. That pertains to exactly what we're talking about, because we're talking about evidence. So I'm bringing in the evidence and the.
But that don't got nothing to do with atheism.
No, listen. I'm bringing in evidence and the lack thereof. That's what I'm doing. What I'm showing you is right now we can create this same fucking thing, this Hangouts and all of this shit. We can recreate this with black people on it and all this whole other shit. If we had enough money, we can recreate the same thing. But what we cannot do is show evidence of anybody ever talking to God. We cannot show any evidence of anybody speaking a conversation or God even doing anything. There's no evidence whatsoever. So that's why it's totally
and you a disbeliever.
Listen, but like I just told you earlier,
but you depend on this habitat called Earth in order for you to sustain your life, like through photosynthesis.
As well as you do.
Okay, but that's the evidence.
God, if you can prove it to him.
Say it again, bro.
He also, I was talking to Killer B and Lamar. He also did state that he would believe in God if you can sit there and prove it to him.
Thank you. I'm good. See, you know what?
So you're not an atheist then?
You're listening.
So you're not an atheist.
Listen, listen.
If we could prove prove that there is a God, you would change. So that means you're not an atheist.
Hold on, wait. Finish your statement so I can respond. Go ahead.
Who, me?
General.
All right, yeah. I was saying an atheist doesn't believe in the existence of a deity, and they don't believe in it. So, in other words, even if it's real, they still disbelieve in it. They disbelieve in any deity at all.
You just built a straw man. I clearly told you. Listen, I clearly told you approximately 4 minutes and maybe 50 seconds ago.
It says it's the absence of belief in the existence of deities.
Hold on, listen. I told you.
Atheism is the rejection of belief that any deities exist. So that means you can look up in the sky and say, I can say, yo, look at that plane. You say, no, it ain't no damn plane. I don't see shit.
Well, listen. I just
ain't nothing up there. And I'm looking at the plane. And you still disbelieve it.
Listen, I just told you approximately 5.
I converted you.
Listen.
Which fighter general converting up on here?
Hold on.
Baptize you with fire!
Hear me out. I just told you approximately 5.5 minutes ago that if you were able to call out fire from heaven like Elijah did, if you were able to call out and send 2 she-bears like Elijah did, then I will believe your God exists.
Again, there's nowhere in the scripture that says that everybody has these abilities.
Bro, slow down. I'm not.
If the scripture says that everybody who believes in the Most High has these abilities, then they can perform these things, then we can do it. Then that would be one argument.
So now I'm finna put you on the spot. When the fuck did I ever say that everybody can do it?
You said that if
Brother Daniel Haru says
fire out of the sky, you would be.
Hold on, stop. When the fuck did I ever say that everybody can do it? And if I never said it, you need to shut the fuck up. Because I've never said that shit.
Look, bro, don't be talking greedy. You're a fucking moron. Did you graduate high school?
I never said none of these things you're saying, bro. And you keep throwing this shit on me.
Now, hold on. Now, listen here. Okay. Now, you talk about...
How we get into this? I just looked at the comments and shit, y'all.
Talk about this Wi-Fi amazing shit technology. Now, can you explain photosynthesis? And can you explain how the sun brings forth the vegetation to sustain all life on the planet? And can you replicate that?
Actually, we can. And you know what's
so you can create the sun? You can create a sun for us to sustain life on this planet.
And you won't even allow me to speak.
Hold on. Brother Daniel Haru said, if I believe in a sun, and I call the sun in my language Ra, and personify with the sun, I can prove the sun, which is Ra, to you every morning when it rises. So Cube still wouldn't believe, even though he sees Ra.
Listen, this is my point. This brother just asked me, can I recreate photosynthesis? And I'm not going to attack the brother, but I will say, maybe he's lacking due to his belief.
No, you taking away out in left field. That's what it is.
No.
You trying to take people? That what you've been doing the whole time you was here, taking people way out of left field.
Wait. Hold on. Let's be fair here. I am directly responding to this brother because what this brother did was he asked me a question. This brother said, "Can I duplicate photosynthesis?" And so what I'm going to posit.
How the hell we get from
duplicate or create? Duplicate or create?
Well, which one did he say? Did he say recreate?
I said create. Can you create and replicate the sun in the same fashion, the same intensity as the sun? Can you do that? I'm not talking about a fluorescent light bulb.
You see how you just changed it? Because nowhere in your sentence that you just used, you use photosynthesis. But before, in the sentence that you used previously, you used photosynthesis. And that's what I was trying to respond to. You see how you just changed that?
You're going to use fluorescent lighting?
No, I'm not. Is that equivalent to the sun? If you listen, maybe you might learn something.
Well, I've been listening to a bunch of... You
just changed your argument twice, and I exposed... You just changed your argument twice, and I exposed that you changed it. So
you know what? You're somebody who didn't. You're somebody without an education who has something to prove. That's why you're going on these debates.
I have nothing
because you want to be somebody when you're actually.
Bro, I got so much. Listen, I got so much love for you, brother, and the same way I have love for anybody.
Maybe you're trying to compensate for having a low income.
Bro, listen, I have love for everybody, bro. Like I don't discriminate with nothing.
So maybe you're trying to do this intellectual masturbation to like. Make yourself feel like somebody when you're actually a nobody who doesn't know shit.
No, you're right. I am a nobody, and what I want is
you don't know shit.
Nobody to change. I want this one nobody to change the world so that we can.
By what? Promoting homosexuality? You want to change the world by advocating promoting homosexuality?
Brother, you know that's not what I'm. You know that's not what I'm doing.
No, that is exactly what you're doing.
Well, see. What you may be doing is trying to get me off my point, but I do want to go back to my point. Now, when you talked about photosynthesis and can we recreate it?
Yeah, can you
let me show you. Yes, we can recreate it in the way that
not recreate, create.
Well, that's not
create.
But sister, you know what? That's not what he said. So
Explain.
I can only respond.
Explain.
He just went on this whole weird diatribe, so I didn't forget nothing what he said. He tried to change it even when I asked him to...
Okay, explain how you will recreate or duplicate photosynthesis.
That wasn't the question that you asked, but I'll tell you this. When you're talking about photosynthesis, the way how we can duplicate that is through solar panels. We see solar panels give off, they accept energy and give off energy. Hold on, bro.
They accept energy from what?
See, you're doing the same thing again.
Accept energy from what?
You asked the question from the beginning.
The solar panels accept energy from what?
I'm answering your original question.
From what source?
I'm answering your original question.
The solar panels accept energy from what source? From the sun?
I'm answering your original question.
Do the solar panels accept energy from the sun, yes or no?
If you want to modify your question after I'm done, that's totally fine, bro. And we can
talk
about it.
You're Mayweathering and you're shucking and jiving. And this is why I think you're full of shit.
When you keep changing the question every time I answer. Every time I answer, you keep changing the question.
You know what? You're better off getting an education. Maybe people will respect you.
God,
bro, you know what? You're right. Maybe more people need education.
You know what? Nobody's gonna respect you if you go. If you end up third on the list at the argument league.
Maybe you're right about that. And you know what? Maybe
I am definitely right. I'm not maybe right. So explain how you're going to duplicate photosynthesis.
Well, I can do that once I answer the first question that you asked.
Okay, solar panels. Where are these solar panels getting their energy from?
Why do you
from something you created?
Why do you continue to ask questions when you ask one question and I'm trying to answer it? Why don't you modify your question or
Because I want you to prove to me you can duplicate the intensity and the light spectrum from the sun with whatever means you have. Explain that.
Why don't you modify or rehabilitate your question after I've answered it already? Because obviously you know where I'm going. So why not do it after, bro? So now,
Because you're full of shit. That's why.
Oh, well, I'm sorry you feel that way, bro, but I'm just
No,
trying
I don't feel that way. You are full of shit.
So you don't feel that way. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
No, I don't feel that way. It's factual. You're full of shit.
Okay. Well, to answer his question,
and you don't know shit. You need to go back to school.
Listen, man, there's so
Get
much I
yourself an
don't know.
education.
There's so much I don't know that, you know, I wish I did know.
You're looking for a reputation, notoriety from going to these debate leagues. When this YouTube shit is over, nobody's gonna remember anything. You're gonna be left scrambling for yourself and your family again.
So when is this YouTube shit gonna be over? Like, listen, let me just answer your question, and then because you laid out like maybe 10 questions after the original one. I want to get to that. So now, the way how we duplicate it is through the solar panels, and we use the same technology that the plants use, which is, as you stated in your first question, photosynthesis. What these solar panels do is the same exact thing. So I hope that.
So solar panels can give me a plant and produce oxygen. Because that's what you said. Solar panels do exactly what photosynthesis.
That wasn't the question that you asked.
So solar panels, they receive carbon monoxide.
We were talking about energy, brother.
Because last I heard, plants give off oxygen and receive carbon dioxide or monoxide. Excuse me if I mistake it. But so you're saying that solar panels receive carbon dioxide and convert it into oxygen?
Let's see. You know what? I understand how you would get mixed up.
You see the pseudo ass fucking bullshit ass mentality.
Why can't I answer though? But why can't I answer
because
you call me pseudo?
You're not even worthy to be speaking on this panel. You should actually get off this panel so we can get on Judah Nazareth's ass. You're over here wasting time with this mental like, pseudo masturbation, like pseudo intellectual masturbation, and it's and you've proven to yourself that you're at best
mixing mittens with a person who's lower intellectually than you and whooping your ass.
Mix. You're first of all you're not whooping my ass intellectually. You sound like a fucking moron. No. You don't would. You are a fucking moron.
Damn. Well, I apologize, brother, that you feel
You
that
apologize?
Why
are you apologizing for being a fucking moron?
Because you're
why don't you do something to change?
Inferior to me. You should understand that by now.
You sure about that? Are you sure about that?
Everybody on this panel sees it, brother. So
no, you're projecting. First of all, everybody on this panel does not feel like that. You're projecting something that's completely false. And second of all, this whole platform is to get on Judah Nazareth's ass. What are you doing here? Other than intellectual masturbating.
Listen, you're not a masturbator, bro. You're intellectually inferior. What you are is
aren't you last on the list over there?
Yes, I am. And you know what's so funny?
By promoting homosexuality and advocating for it.
You know what's so funny? I am last on the list. I'm the 15th seed, and I'm in the final four.
And your plan to be on top of the list is by advocating for homosexuality, right?
You know what that means? If
sounds like a great plan.
If I'm the final four, that means that I'm kind of a big deal.
Oh, wow. Okay. You know what you remind me of? Remember Napoleon Dynamite? Remember that washed up ass dude from the 80s when he was like, I could throw a football clear across those mountains?
Did he do it?
You tell me.
Did he throw it? Did he? I don't know. I don't watch these nerd ass movies that you do.
Well, obviously, no, he didn't do it. But the thing is, look, you're out,
bro. Because I'm gonna win
on the debate league.
Yes, I'm gonna win.
And then what? Are you gonna get a high school diploma after?
No, I'm gonna send you my trophy that I won.
Is you on the debate league gonna boost your grade point average or boost your IQ?
Actually, yes, it will. It will increase my IQ, and you'll be still stuck looking stupid.
It's going to increase your IQ in what way?
Well, that's a conversation above your pay grade, brother.
This
Your
is
IQ in
crazy.
what
Your
way?
pay grade. You don't understand. You don't understand the IQ, obviously, because number one, the questions that you're asking, and number two, the way you're responding and retorting to these questions. You're just not there, brother.
Okay, so the way I'm responding to you saying that solar panels are equivalent to plant life.
That means
You
you don't
do
understand
exactly
the
the same
technology.
thing.
It doesn't mean you're an idiot. It
So
just means you
solar
don't understand the
panels
technology.
give off oxygen.
It doesn't mean
And,
you're
and how
an idiot.
and
It
how
just-
are these solar panels working again? From a light
It
source
means-
you created,
listen,
or
you-
from the natural light source that the Most High created
Listen,
that
my
you
grandmother,
can't make.
my
You
grandmother
can't
back in the day.
materialize. You can't materialize these light spectrums.
Oh, you can. Explain. You know what? That's a good conversation. Explain to me how we can't materialize something that's material. Explain that to me. Now
Here,
you're
let
fucked up.
me ask this question. This is what he means by this, okay? This is what Lamad means by this. Cube, is it easier for you to build a flower or to build a house?
Marks, build a flower, because it's simple. You take a flower from one spot, put it into your.
No. How do you build one? How do you create a flower? What do you have to create to build a flower?
Oh, I'm sorry. You're asking for specifics. Okay, I thought you were okay. Well, when you talk about how do you build a flower, you have to start on you have to deal with the biological level, and then after that you have to go to the molecular level. So,
Wow.
Killer's laughing.
Great job, buddy.
That was some straight Judah Nazareth shit, yo. Straight up.
Let me finish.
Fucking ninth grader can.
No, like, you know how to make a flower. Like, he's trying to. I'm like, this nigga about to explain how to make a flower. I'm like, well, hot damn.
Yeah, we're listening.
Actually,
Hey, we're listening.
Actually, I am about to explain it if you listen. Actually,
He said first you gotta do this. You gotta.
So what we do is, like I said, if you start off on a biological level and you see what it's made of, what you can actually do dealing with chemistry, you can recreate everything that it's composed of and create the same effect. So you can actually build a flower, thus allowing us, a botanist, if anybody knows what a botanist is.
Oh, wow. We don't know the definition of botanist. Go ahead.
Bro, let me speak. What a botanist does is every single day of their life, they create flowers, they build flowers, they put flowers.
Do they build flowers with hammers?
Bro, listen, you have to listen. What they do is they take this flower, they germinate them, they put them together. No different than the person who's I forget what are those people who have a lot of dogs, or they put dogs together. I forget the name of them. But what they do is they'll take this one dog with this other dog and they'll put them together and create totally different dogs.
Okay, so they're using material that was already given by a creator.
No. We can't.
Is saying.
Okay, he can say it all he wants, but he has no proof for it. That's why when I asked him for the proof, he had nothing to say.
So again, you do you see the sun up there during the daytime?
Yeah, I see the moon right now. It's a beautiful spectacle to see.
Okay. Now, what we're saying is, you can't replicate that. You cannot render the firmament dome, or you cannot render the astrological patterns of the day and night. You cannot render that. I mean, at best of rendering is like a PlayStation 4, but that's happening on a computer screen. But you cannot render that in your perceivable reality with any
things that are physical that humans make are replicas of what is already in nature.
Exactly.
Stolen ideas of nature and put it into fruition to make homes
hold
or
on.
medicines or whatever it may be.
Now listen. While I agree with you, sister, to a certain extent, to a certain extent, now I must put the bag over his head real quick. How do you know we can't do these things, sir? How do you know we can't do these things? And what evidence do you have to show that?
So you're saying that man can create?
No. What I am saying is to let me finish. That's what I am saying. What I'm first and foremost, firstly, what I'm asking you is, how do you know we can't do these things? And secondly, how do you know these things?
Man cannot create the sun, because I want you to prove. I just asked you, can you replicate the light spectrums and the intensity of the light that's coming from the sun? Can you do that with a light bulb, with a flashlight?
See, the problem with. I'm not even going to call you.
You see
name.
the
I'm
problem.
not even going to call you. I'm not even going to call you. Name. The problem. The problem with
proclamation of the oscillation, my brother. You see, my brother.
Are you done? Now, the problem with certain people is they don't understand chemistry. So while
and you understand chemistry,
in one breath, they may tell you that, hey, you need to go back to school and you need to get this degree and get that degree. But what they don't understand is that the sun is actually made up of hydrogen, helium, carbon, nitrogen, and oxygen.
Are you going to pull those elements out of your back pocket and create those things?
No. Wait. That's not the question. I'm dealing with him right now. I need to cut him down. I'm about to take him down a peg or two. Just let me take him down a peg or two. So now, the problem is when he's asking about can we recreate these things, the question is yes. Because if the sun is made up of hydrogen, helium, carbon, nitrogen, and oxygen.
How do you
create hydrogen? You know what? So you know what? When you
create hydrogen right now.
When you was
right?
When you was talking,
it's easy to create the sun. Just get hydrogen, right?
Bro, when you was talking, I was quiet because I wanted to hear exactly what you said before I responded. I wanted to hear exactly what you said. So now, to respond and answer to you, yes, we can recreate these things. And
how?
Only thing we have to do, there is a particular art in science called chemistry. So what we can do is we can do the same thing to whereas hydrogen is 70% of the sun.
Can matter be created or destroyed, Q?
Listen, that's the second.
Can matter be created or destroyed?
Why would you let him answer the first question before you ask him the second question? Because I want to hear his answer too.
You know, Willie Grits, look, please calm down. I've been talking to this dude for a long time, and he's full of shit.
No, you haven't been talking to him for a long time. I don't know.
He's full of shit.
I want to hear his answer too. And you keep cutting.
You know what? Maybe you should call him. Maybe you should call him. Okay. Because I've been dealing with this dude for over a year and a half.
You keep cutting him off.
I don't know you, bro. You haven't not been dealing with me for a year because I don't know you, bro.
Oh, well, I know you. That's how you know that you're unaware of people that are around you who deal with you.
Well, say you know of me. Don't I've never spoken to you.
You never spoken to me prior to this conversation.
Okay, then say that.
A conversation goes two ways. How are you supposed to convince somebody you're the way that you believe if you can't have an open dialogue?
He uses these tactics of like semantics and changing shit up.
You're not letting him use any tactic. You won't even let him talk. Let the man talk so he can use them tactics.
First of all, look. Watch your tone when you speak to me.
What do you mean watch my tone? I ain't gotta watch shit. What are you talking about?
Who the fuck?
Yo, calm down. Everybody calm down. Damn.
Get the fuck out of here.
Come on, Willie Grits.
You don't watch my tone.
First of all, this is not your panel. This is not your platform.
I don't care who's panel it.
You're not going to talk down to me. Because first of all, I don't even know you like that. And if you've had hello?
Hello?
Yeah, listen. All I was saying was this, and Willie Grits, man, I feel your frustration. The only difference is the only difference. Listen, the only difference is that I've been handling this shit and just trying to talk to the. But I understand that you're trying to hear what I'm saying. So maybe you can go into it and debunk it, but he won't even give me a chance to speak. So you can go.
Oh yeah, I've heard enough.
So he won't even give the people listening in the audience.
See, that's what it's about. It's about the audience.
Here we go.
It's about the audience.
Here we go again.
You love hearing the sound of your own voice.
Brother, all I hear is you cut me up. I don't even hear my voice. I just hear you cut me up. The point is this, bro. Well, if we know what the sun is made of.
Damn. What a show. I don't even know what y'all talking about. Real talk.
Hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. So now, we see that the sun is made up of hydrogen.
Oh, yeah, y'all trying to be... Oh, yeah, Q trying to make some shit. All right. I'm with y'all.
It's made up of hydrogen, helium, carbon, nitrogen, and oxygen. So, if you understand these things and you put them together, you get a particular property.
All right, so do you know somebody that can do that shit?
Let me say this last. Wait, no. Let me say this last thing. Wait, let me say this last thing.
All right, go ahead. I'll give you that. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say this last thing, and I'm gonna give it up.
All right.
If you take H2O, which is hydrogen, and then 2 parts oxygen, you get water. So if you do these two things, you get a particular property or a particular type of matter. So to answer the sister's question, when she said, well, how do we get this? Well, how do we get that?
No, my question was, is it easier for you to build, to make, or create a flower, or to build a house? You said a flower, which was the wrong answer.
Oh, no. I thought you meant something else. I thought you meant something else. But actually, if you're talking from the scientific point of view, it's easier to create something versus...
You're borrowing elements from the creator to mimic something that he...
Well, you have to prove there's a creator first, sister. Prove there's a creator first. Listen. Once you listen,
about circle, we're getting nowhere.
Hey, listen.
He's obviously not seeing the point of what I'm trying to get at.
No. I see exactly what you're saying because I used to make those same fallacious arguments as well. Because listen, you know what an old joke is. You know what an old joke is. So when they say,
William, what you doing, William?
Listen, check it out. Listen. There's an old joke. To where they say, well, the believer in God says, well, can you create dirt? Can you create something? And then the scientist says, yeah, I can create this. And then God says, well, yeah, can you create it? And they say, yeah. And then they go to get the dirt to try to create it. And then God says, no, use your own dirt that you created. Mm-hmm. So I see what you're trying to say because I used to make these same arguments. But in actuality, once you look into the earth, into the world and the universe, there's no way a God could ever even actually created any of this shit. There's no way he could have. There's no way he could have done it.
Well, you can create it.
Listen,
you can create a sun.
Listen? There's about 4 people on the line. Can any one of you give me any proof or any reason to believe in God? I just told you. One way I will believe in God is if you can call fire from heaven or call two she-bears. If you can't do it, then
all right, I don't have
do
a
something
problem
else.
with that. I don't have a problem with that. But you can't
Do
call
something
yourself
else.
an atheist.
Listen, hey, split the Red Sea or split your kitchen up.
You-
I don't know. Do something.
So what are you then? You're not an atheist. What is that called? Because that's not an atheist.
No, I'm a person who's an atheist, which in the definition of an atheist is a person who lacks a belief in a God or
Right.
gods. It just so happens that I have a disbelief in your God. The same way if I believed in Zeus and you
So
didn't,
do you have
you
a
would be-
belief in
Hold on,
a God? Any
wait,
God?
Wait. If I was a person that believed in Zeus, you would be an atheist towards my God. The
Yeah,
same way
okay.
I'm an atheist.
Right.
Yeah, we heard this already.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
So
did.
can matter? Oh, go ahead, Killer.
Well, hold on. So you don't believe in any God at all,
No, because I don't have any reason to.
but you consider yourself an atheist.
Of course, because I don't have any
You're not.
reason
This
to.
is why I'm saying you're not an atheist, because you could be convinced.
No, that's not what it
Atheists
is.
don't believe in
That's
it.
not-
Period.
No. Hold on. Can you convince me right now of
Like-
God?
Ain't that like a Gnostic? You know what a Gnostic is?
No. A Gnostic is a person who doesn't know yes or no if there is a God.
That's what you
what
are,
that person-
because you could be
No.
convinced.
You know that there is no God.
An atheist.
No,
All right.
Listen.
This
Let
is
me
like
explain it.
dinosaurs. Everybody knows there's no fucking dinosaurs walking around on the fucking earth.
Yeah, every idiot. Yeah, maybe every idiot knows that there was no dinosaurs, but
No.
every
I'm talking
person-
about there's no dinosaurs now walking around on the earth. There's no big,
Oh, yeah.
gigantic. You know what I'm saying? Type.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Right? If there was, and an atheist would look at that motherfucker and wouldn't believe it. Say, nah, that shit fucking ain't real.
No, you're getting it twisted.
Nope.
An atheist, no, listen, you're getting it twisted. An atheist would say if they've never seen a dinosaur before and they had no reason to believe in a dinosaur, they would say, well, no, there's no dinosaurs.
No, it don't say no
But
reason.
soon-
That reason could
Hold
go
on.
both ways. An atheist
Listen.
don't believe in any God, concept, deity, nothing. Like it can't exist. So there's no. It wouldn't even spark in his mind to even consider it.
No, bro.
This is strong as Lamont ain't fucking with no homosexuals. It's the same shit. It's the
No,
same
but this
shit.
is
There's no
why-
like. There's no convincing. No. Know what I
This is
mean?
why.
You're not an
This is-
atheist because you could be convinced.
No, see, you don't understand it. This is why I fight with y'all, like with theists, so much because theists think they understand what atheism is, but they really don't.
Nigga, I just read this shit off the damn internet.
So it's a religion. So for me to understand.
See, once again, he's calling it a religion. No, once again, he doesn't even know what the word religion means. He just said that.
maybe this is what Judah Nazareth is.
I'm sorry.
Maybe this is what Judah Nazareth is.
Maybe that is what he is, but that's not me. And I'm trying to educate you guys on what it
Wait.
is. But
You should not be educating anybody. You should worry about your own education.
okay, so what's the definition of religion?
You should be
Yeah,
worrying
dude.
about your own education.
What's the
Anyway,
definition of
as
religion?
far as matter cannot be created or destroyed.
What's
That's
the-
a scientific postulate that's been actually proven.
Okay. So
Matter
which
cannot be created or
What's this?
destroyed.
okay, so which law of thermodynamics
So
is
those
that?
are your limitations as a human being.
Which
you cannot
law? Which
you
law
cannot
of
destroy.
thermodynamics is it? Because you're right about that, but which law of thermodynamics is it? Since you're saying it, which law of thermodynamics is it? Is it the first, second, third, fourth, fifth? Which one is it?
It doesn't fucking matter which law. It's a law that I'm trying to tell you.
All right, so let's move on.
And it's a law that I'm trying to tell you to get you to understand through your thick
All right.
skull
Well,
that
and
you
you know
cannot
what?
create and you cannot destroy anything. You
Okay,
can
so
change
when did
the form of things like by burning something. Like I can burn a log of wood and change the composite or the chemical the architecture of wood and change the molecular structure. But as far as creating and destroying, I cannot do that. From the time I was born until the time that I die, I cannot do that. Yeah, and so you can't either.
So now you're stuck with telling me when did I ever say that matter can be created. Now you're stuck with this claim. So now please tell me when did I ever say that. Now you're stuck with this claim.
You said that you can replicate the same color spectrum, light spectrum of the sun. That's what you said.
I never said that, you piece of shit.
Yes, you did.
I never said that.
Yes, you did.
I never said that. I never said that. You know about you asked me about what's the name of it? You asked me about what plants do to sunlight.
Photosynthesis.
Yeah, photosynthesis. That's what you asked me about. I never said anything about changing matter or anything like that. Photosynthesis is not matter.
So explain how in a world without a creator, in a world without a God, that a sun can give forth vegetation and plants and stuff.
Bro, I explained it to you previously because I clearly told you things that we may not see in our bullshit eyes that we have.
Okay, who created the cell phone?
Let me answer the question.
Was the phone a creation?
This dude won't let me answer the question.
You've already made that statement. We've already heard it on the panel. The phone and the EMF waves. Did somebody create that, or did nobody create that?
Is anybody else seeing this pattern? So he asked me a question. I go off and ask another question. Am I the only one seeing this pattern? That's why the other brother.
No, you're just full of shit.
That's why the other brother jumped in and was like, "Yo, shut the fuck up and let him answer the question," because he was trying to learn something that he could actually probably look up and either find out if I was telling the truth or a lie.
Well, maybe you guys should exchange numbers.
Well, maybe you should just ask me one question at a time.
You know what? You do a lot of talking, man.
On that note, you guys, I gotta get up for work in the morning.
Thank you for stopping by.
Peace out.
You guys have a good night. Okay?
Yeah.
Good talking to you.
Yep.
All right.
That's our good sister Amber signing off. Yep. Good night.
It's too easy.
Yeah.
It's too easy.
Yeah.
It's too easy. I don't know what to say. It's too easy.
It's too easy.
Obviously.
Yo, some real talk, yo. Did you got like a atheist club like going on? Like you hang out with other atheists?
Nah, man, I don't listen. To be honest with you, I don't know any other atheist except me.
Oh, okay.
I've never met a real atheist who said they were atheist.
Do you go to any of the atheist channels? I saw some channel the other day. Looked pretty cool.
Yeah. I check out atheist channels as far as like meeting up with people. Most people are under the delusion that there's like a stupid ass book that was written, over 3,000 years ago. Yeah.
So you wouldn't consider yourself like the real black atheist? You wouldn't consider yourself like him at all?
Oh, you talking about Unc?
Yeah.
No. But see, the thing is with Unc, I like that brother, and he brings out a lot of good information, but I've asked him this question. I came on one of his shows and asked him, point blank, and he believed like some shit. You know what I'm saying? So he may tell, the Christians and the Israelites who are stuck in this religion, he may tell y'all that he's an atheist, but he's not really a real atheist per se. So he's an atheist from the standpoint of he doesn't believe in your bullshit religion, but he's not an atheist to where he actually stands on it, to where he can say without a shadow of a doubt, like, no, there's no God. because he replaces nature with God. How you may believe in Yahweh, whatever the fuck, he just replaces it with nature.
When you say Yahweh or you refer to our deity, please be respectful because
Disrespectful. I hope
because we do believe in the Most High. We believe in the name. Well, I would say speak for myself. I assume Killa does.
Yep.
And when you say that, it's very disrespectful.
Hey, hold on. Hey, Killer, did you feel I was being disrespectful?
I didn't hear. I'll tell you the truth, but yeah, I would have.
Oh, well, hold on. If you didn't hear it, how do you even know what I said?
Nah, I agree with what he said.
Oh, so you did hear what I said?
Nah, not really. I was.
So how do you know
I was doing something else. I wasn't hear something. Then you say something and like it redishes later, like type of thing.
No,
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't really hear. I didn't really hear you say that.
Well, if you play back the tape, he said the name of the Most High, and he said whatever the fuck.
Oh,
I'm just saying, don't do that.
I was saying whatever the fuck you call because some people call.
Yeah, but don't put the name of the Most High and say whatever the fuck in the same sentence. If you can do that, please.
Well, I apologize that I hurt your feelings, but I don't give a fuck.
No, you're not hurting my feelings.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, don't do that.
So,
well, like I said, I apologize if that hurts your feelings.
No, I didn't say it hurt my feelings. I said don't do that shit. The fuck?
Again, I apologize that it hurt your feelings. But
No, you didn't hurt my feelings. I didn't say you hurt my feelings. I said don't do that shit.
So why do you feel any type of way?
Because I told you not to do that shit, bitch. That's why.
So am I hurting your feelings or not?
Nigga, I just said don't do that shit, bitch.
Am I hurting your feelings?
No, you're not hurting my feelings. I said don't do that shit, you faggot.
So what's the problem?
The problem is you're blaspheming.
Wait, hold on a second. I didn't you was wrapped up in some homosexual debate or something like that before? Or you was on Judah's live stream?
Now you got to get closer to your mic, bro. I didn't hear you.
Wasn't you involved with some type of homosexual thing before? Like some months back, maybe about 4-5 months back or something like that. And it was talking about it on Judah's live stream. Like that was your thing. Like when you came out. Like you had something about homosexuals, like they were okay or something like that.
No, you probably talking about somebody else, bro. That wasn't me.
Alright. My bad.
No, that's cool, bro. I don't have no problem with that. Do stuff all the time.
Who was that?
Really mixed up.
I could have sworn it was cool. Alright.
No, it's cool. People get mixed up all the time. This brother Lamar is clearly mixed up, and I'm having a problem with him. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just be respectful. Don't disrespect our God.
So why should I have
even if
to
you don't
respect
believe
your
it?
God? So give me one reason I gotta respect.
Because you might get a fucking brick upside your head. That's why.
Are you gonna give me the?
You might get converted.
You might.
It's your head.
You might, man.
That's what I was saying before. Like, if somebody hits you in the head with a brick, right, and you about to be out of here, like, what would you do? You just be like, well, shit. Well, that's it.
Well, Lamont ain't for the hit.
Oh, No, I'm not talking about like that. I'm just talking about like you went outside because I said this earlier before. Yeah, what if you go outside and God forbid somebody hits you in the head with something?
Well, that person gonna get dealt with.
Nah. I'm talking about they fuck you up. Like they hit you in your shit and you fall down and like you about to be up out of here.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
I'll be in the same situation that you would be if a motherfucker hit you.
Yeah, well, would you be calling on something?
What?
Yeah, would you be calling on something? Would you be like, "Oh, Jesus Christ, help me, Lord," or would you just be like, "Well, this is it"? Like, shit.
Why would I be calling out anything?
I don't know. I'm just saying. People be like, you trying to get something to keep your ass from fucking going to the upper room. You know what I mean? So like, when the heat is on and shit, like I'm just saying.
Nah, to answer your question, I'm not calling out anything.
Okay,
what I'm trying to do is get back to my crib so I can get in front of my bed so I can get that ratchet. That's the only thing I'm doing.
That's not like really realistic. I'm talking about like, all right, you talk like that. Say somebody like you ain't got time to do all that shit. Like you on your way out of here.
So listen, what you're saying is, if the nigga sneak me, what am I gonna say? I'm gonna say, oh shit, and I'm gonna try to dip up out of there and get to where I can get my shit. Like this, I don't understand what you're saying. Nigga sneak me on some shit. Nigga gonna hit me and be like,
I'm talking about you ain't going nowhere to do nothing.
No, that doesn't make sense what you're saying, because what you're saying is like I'm supposed to sit back and just pray to God that He just take care of everything and take away this fucking lump on my head.
I'm talking about you can't move, nigga. That's what I'm saying. You can't move. like you might have like 2 seconds. Like you ain't home. You ain't nowhere near home, nigga.
Well, of course. Like, come on, of course a nigga gonna move and try to dip up out of there, especially if it's like.
All right, you missing everything that I'm saying.
Listen. Let me ask you. Let me flip it back on you. If you, like, what city you live in now?
Nah, this saying is all right. Just say what you saying.
Well, okay. Well, you ain't gotta say the city. That's cool. I understand. Well, let's say you in Nashville, Tennessee, or something. You just chilling.
All right.
And niggas just run up on you and shit, and it's like 3 of them niggas. You know. You gonna try to dip up out of that bitch, you know what I'm saying? And what you saying is, well, you can't.
Yeah. You trying to get up out of there? I hear you on that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, niggas like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I made it more drastic. Like you ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. But see, you made it more drastic, but I kept this shit real and put it back on you. And at the same time, this shit's still real. It's the same fucking thing. I would do the same thing you would do, nigga. I'm gonna try to dip up out of there and. If there's a chance I got the ratchet somewhere close, then I'm gonna go get it. But if I don't have it, then I'm getting the fuck out of there and getting away from all this mess. We all do the same shit. It's just this bullshit ass piece of shit God shit that separates us. We're really the same motherfuckers. We're really the same shit. Nigga, if your daughter's hungry, nigga, what the fuck you gonna do? If your son is hungry, what you gonna do? You gonna do the same thing I'm gonna do, nigga. Like, let's be real.
So when you were a Hebrew Israelite and you prayed, did prayer work for you?
Say it again?
When you were a Christian or a Hebrew Israelite or whatever and you prayed, did prayer work for you?
Fuck no, that shit ain't work. The same way that shit don't work for you.
Alright.
If you pray right now,
that's an honest answer.
If you pray right now for $1 million every day for the next month straight, nigga, you ain't gonna get it. Let's be honest. Let's just be honest. If you stay at home all day, like let's say you got hit by a car or some shit, and this shit fucks you up till you can't move, and you in the bed healer. You know what I'm saying? If you pray for $1 million every day, fucking dollars, I have a better chance at getting $1 million because I'm a nigga that can go out. I can go create something that can make me $1 million. I can go play the fucking lottery that can make me $1 million. You can't do shit. You sitting there praying every fucking day. Prayer don't fucking work. Fuck out of it. That shit don't work. We know it don't work. We know it don't work.
Breezy, son.
Yeah, he said it don't work for him. No, that's what he said. He said it don't work for him.
It don't. Listen, you know what? Listen, I'll be honest with y'all. I'll be dead ass honest with y'all. There's been times to where...
You play lottery? You know, you play the lottery?
Nah, I don't. Actually, I don't. But what I'm saying is...
You ever like went to the casino or anything like that?
Hell yeah. I'm from Miami. You know what I'm saying? We got casinos everywhere.
All right, so you're playing a slot machine. Like, you're not hoping to win?
Of course, but you know what?
There you go. So you believe in something.
Listen. You said hoping. You see what you said? You said hoping.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the same thing. Listen, if I sit on the fucking 21 table and I'm praying to God and I'm gonna get what I get. If I get some fucked up ass cards.
So you believe in luck?
No, that's not what I said. Simple. What I said was, if I'm sitting on the table on the 21
do you
cards,
deliver pizzas, right?
What I said was, it doesn't change whether I'm praying to God or not, I'm still gonna get those same fucking cards. But the difference is, what some people do is they get these particular cards and they give thanks to God when before that they done lost fucking their rent money. Motherfuckers going there with their rent money all the time trying to flip it, but they don't get shit. That happens all the time. Do these motherfuckers thank God that they lost their rent money? Do motherfuckers thank God that they caught their wife cheating? Do motherfuckers thank God that they got their leg blown off in fucking Iraq? No, motherfuckers don't thank God for that shit. But as Bible, God is the one that ordered the shit. How the fuck can I thank this evil piece of shit motherfucker? Hell no. I don't thank him for shit. He's a piece of shit.
What do you do for a living, Q?
I try to teach stupid motherfuckers.
You deliver pizzas?
Know a lot.
You still delivering pizzas?
I try to teach stupid motherfuckers who don't know a lot and try to bring
You
them
still deliver
in.
pizzas for $2 tips?
Bro, you asked me a question. Why can't I answer it? You said, what do I do?
You're not answering the question. So you do believe in delivering pizzas and getting $2 tips.
So you asked me a question, but you don't want me to answer. Okay. I see where this is. You asked me a question, you don't want me to answer it.
You believe in paying taxes to the white man?
Fine.
Because that's what you do, right? You have faith in that, right?
You asked me a question. I'm afraid to answer any of your questions because when I begin to answer it, you're just gonna change it.
You should be afraid.
I'm afraid to answer your question. As soon as I begin to answer it, you say, "Oh, have you ever seen the sun? Ah, but what about Mercury?" And I'm like, "Damn, I haven't even answered the question about the sun." Then when I started answering the question about the
You're just a greasy talking motherfucker. Man.
Yo, that's what I'm just thinking. I'm like, yo, this nigga can talk. I'm like, yo, this dude could go for like ever.
Okay.
You know, you don't like it, but that's the
truth.
Says the guy.
Yo, real talk. Yo, you can keep a conversation going, yo.
You know what? If I did deliver pizzas, you can't even.
No, you do. You do deliver pizzas.
The problem is, even if I did deliver pizzas, you can't even fuck with a
but
nigga
you do
deliver pizzas. And my intellect of a person that, if they deliver pieces, you can't even fuck with the intellect of a nigga that deliver pieces. How sad and detestable should that make you? You are a candidate that you are a candidate.
Quite confident.
You are a candidate that women shouldn't even fuck with.
What?
You a candidate.
I would not want to trade places with you.
Women shouldn't even procreate with a motherfucker like you. You're expendable.
Actually, well, no. Women have procreated. You should see my children. They're very beautiful. But anyway,
are you black? Let me ask you: are you black or so-called African American?
Am I black? I'm actually more qualified than you.
I said so-called African American. Would you be considered?
No, I'm not. I am not an African American. No.
Okay, that's okay. I just wanted to know that. I just wanted to know that.
Okay. What you grit?
So you're not an African American. So
I'm not. I am not an African. No, I'm not an African.
That's cool. Hey, listen, and that's cool because I don't have a problem with none of you spicks. I mean, none of you people. I ain't got a problem with none of you.
I'm not of Mexican descent either. But anyway, you know what? So you resort to like being like saying racial terms, but it doesn't bother me because I'm actually more of an authentic so-called black person than you.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I actually know where my parents originated from that continent.
Send me
Yeah.
wait. I think I can bring you in. Hold on.
Hey, listen.
I got you there.
Because guess what? Every motherfucker on this planet originated from Africa.
But you don't. But the difference between me and you is you don't know past your mom and dad.
No. You are the Neanderthal variety versus I am.
Can you spell Neanderthal?
Hey, listen, bro. You fucking with a whole different type of. Listen, you fucking with somebody else, bro. This ain't what you're looking for. What you need to do is go study something and go get a fucking book and leave me the fuck alone. Because this whole night I've been embarrassing you on all your whole fucking stupid ass questions.
What's your email?
The whole night.
Brother Haru.
And even if the panel don't want to,
you ever see those people who like get cold cocked in a fight and then they wake up like, man, I embarrassed his ass.
Yeah. They're usually some white motherfuckers or some of these motherfuckers who. Because I guarantee you wouldn't say that shit to me in the flesh. We know that for a fact.
First of all, you've never seen how I am in public. But anyway,
I never said I know how you look, and I never said I give a fuck how you look. What I said was you would never say the shit you saying to me in the flesh. That's what I said.
You don't know that. You don't know that.
No, you won't.
But you don't know that.
You won't say anything to me.
Anything's possible in a world without a God, right?
Right.
Yeah, anybody can get it, though.
You would never.
There are many possibilities in a world without a God.
Good fucking well. You would never say any of that shit in the flesh.
William Grit.
But you don't know that. First of all, in a universe where there's no God, there are endless possibilities.
William Grit.
Hey,
I forgot I was muted.
Hey, listen.
I'm sitting here yelling.
I don't know that. I don't know what you would and would not say.
Well,
I don't know what you would and would not say.
Exactly.
But you know what? What I would do in real life, I would dare you to say that shit in real life, and I know you wouldn't do that. So I don't know what you would or would not say.
Hey,
but I know I would dare you to say what
man, you
the fuck
talking mad greedy. First of all, look, man.
What do you think of all this shit?
Take your ass over to the argument league. Try to get some FaceTime. Maybe I don't know. Right? You might get a record deal out of it.
Hey, you know what? That's what in the black community, what we call that? We call that pulling your car. In the black community, we call and lifting up your fucking dress. I just pulled up your dress, and I just told you that you wouldn't say it to me in the flesh, and you disagreed that you just agreed that you wouldn't say it to me in the flesh.
I didn't agree. I didn't agree.
Hey, listen, I'm out of here.
Yeah,
I appreciate. Hey, Killer B, man.
Get the fuck out of here.
Hey, Killer B.
Yeah.
Hey, Killer B.
Get the fuck out of here.
Hold on,
Killer B.
Get the fuck out of here.
Hey, Killer B, I appreciate the platform, man.
Get the fuck out of here.
All right.
Get the fuck out of
here. Yo, let me finish what I'm saying. Get the
fuck out of here. Have a nice night.
Hold on, Lamont. Hold on.
Yo, Killer B, I appreciate the platform, man. I have a good build for the most part. And you know what I'm saying? I really appreciate it. If you have me again, I'll come in. Hopefully it's not as contentious the next time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right on.
Yeah, I'm sorry it was so contentious, but this person is so contentious, but I apologize about that. I'm only giving off the energy that was given to me. So I do apologize. I wasn't trying to down this brother, but he did come with some weird energy. But outside of that, thank you so much. I enjoy the platform, man. It's cool.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate
it. Yeah, no doubt, man. And I would also extend my hand to say, come on my platform so I can actually interview you. And if you interview someone, I don't attack people. I actually give them the platform to explain their beliefs and what they believe, and what they believe. And I don't attack them. I just want these people and other people to get their ideas out. I don't have a problem with your beliefs outside, but once you start asking questions to me, that's where it may go a little left. But on my platform, I don't do that. I interview people and I try to get their beliefs and what they believe, and I'll leave it at that. With that being said, thank you so much. With that being said, thank you so much, man. You guys have a good night. I gotta go to work tomorrow. And shalom to y'all. Peace and shalom. Peace.
All right, man. Have a good night.
How often do you have interviews?
What?
How often do you have interviews on your platform?
Well, what I have is I have a segment on my platform that's called A Conversation with an Atheist. And I do it once a week. And I'm up to episode 4 or 5. I think I'm up to episode 5, and it's called a Conversation with the Atheist. And like I said, I don't attack the people that I bring on. What I do is I generally bring up 3 or 4 topics, and I get with these people before they even come on, just so they're not blindsided about what the topics we're going to discuss. And I let them know what we're going to be talking about. And when they come on, I allow them to get their views and opinions out. And I don't attack them like, oh, you believe in this, or why do you believe? No, I don't do any of that. I let them get their views and beliefs out.
You see what I'm saying? And it's better that way because we can have a better discussion on how, why, and what you believe versus me just attacking you over and over like someone did tonight, which doesn't really help anything. But that's basically what I do.
No, it's just me saying fuck what you got to say and fuck your stance on supporting homosexuality.
You didn't want me to cut you off during your conversation. Why are you cutting me off on my conversation?
Damn.
Well, I mean, I feel like,
and then once I
do have the right to just say whatever.
What do you mean I do have the right? What are you talking about?
This is not your platform.
It doesn't matter whose platform it is. It's called a dialogue.
Yeah, you gotta let people speak though, Lamont.
Yeah, he's disrespectful. This dude is.
Well, you know what? The person that I do respect on this platform is Killer. So I will.
So then let people have without.
Okay.
Calm down, Willie Grits.
You come into our conversation.
Maybe you guys should
shut the fuck up and listen to the conversation.
Maybe you guys should exchange phone numbers.
Well, maybe we should, and maybe we could do that if you shut up.
Yeah, thank you. You said be the Willie and Cube show.
Shit.
Man, you know this platform was originally for.
Man, I don't care what the original platform is. I'm on big.
Who are you?
I'm on. Who are you? So it doesn't matter.
No, but
so it doesn't matter. When I'm having a conversation with somebody, you sit back and shut the fuck up. And when you stand there and having a conversation with somebody, I sit back and shut the fuck up. That's how you have a conversation with somebody.
Why do you sound like this when you talk? Like, conversation. Like,
it doesn't matter how I talk. It don't matter how I talk.
A mouthful of dicks inside your mouth.
No, why you got so many gay comments coming out your mouth?
Why are you so upset?
This dude is so disrespectful. Like, even when I try to be respectful to him, he still just go off and I don't even understand it. Like, he's trying to make it.
Well, you know what? Maybe you should start a channel.
As soon as you say something, he tried to say, like, well, this ain't your platform. So as soon as you say something to address his rudeness, he said, well, this ain't your platform. Like, that's not cool. Brother, I've been nothing but respectful to you the whole night, and you still continue to go off and
No, you were subliminally disrespectful. And you blasted the name of the Most High.
You still interrupted me again.
You said something about the name of the Most High, then you said whatever the fuck. And then I told you, I checked you on it, and you're trying to talk about my feelings.
Because listen, you were no holds barred talking about what I feel and what I believe, but then you expect me to believe and respect what you believe. It don't work like that, dog.
No. I didn't say that. Listen, I said when you're on this panel, watch your mouth.
No respect, bro. You show zero respect to me,
and have respect for the name of the Most High on this panel. That's what I said.
Bro, you show zero respect to me this whole night. You show zero respect to me this whole night.
Hey, respect.
Yeah, I don't know where it came from. All I know, the whole homosexual thing, Lamar wasn't trying to hear it. Like, I agree with him. You were trying to get your point across. I'll let you cross. No. Hold on. Let me finish talking. And, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to hear your answer to it. And then somehow that shit just went left. While I was in the mix of trying to do other things. Like, look at the chat and all that other stuff. People telling me the stream wasn't going well. So I don't know how it turned into all that crazy stuff that's was going on before and going on now. I don't know. But
let me say this before I get off.
I know everybody was yelling.
If the brother Willie Grits want to holler at me, I would love to interview him.
I'm bugging.
If the brother Willie Grits want to holler at me, I would love to interview him. Like I said, when I interview, I don't attack anybody. Just send me an email. Outside your YOUR cube CUBE at gmail.com and send me an email, bro, and we can set up. I'm usually on Sundays and Mondays, and we can set up a conversation, man, to just talk about beliefs and stuff like that. I'm not gonna attack you whatsoever. I'm not gonna come with these crazy questions, questioning you on your beliefs and stuff like that. We're just gonna have a conversation.
And if you go to my channel and you look at the conversations I've had in the past, you'll see the same thing. I don't attack people. I don't have to attack people. I'm confident in what I know and understand. And if you would like to have a conversation with me, bro, we could do it. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool. But with that being said, once again, thanks again, Killer B. You know, even if you want to have a conversation, Killer B, you know.
Yeah, let everybody know your channel.
Yeah, it's outside the cube. My email is outsideyourcube@gmail.com, but the name of my channel is outside the cube@gmail.com, and I'm open to having conversations. It's just that when people get ignorant, then I have to kind of match their intensity sometimes. So please forgive me for that, for the people who's been listening. But I'm not normally that way. I only have to match the intensity of some people who get ignorant a little bit. And please forgive me.
Okay.
But
this try like, cause you know this is like Israelite channel, so like this try to be more respectful and stuff.
And listen, I'm not against Israelites. I implore them to come and talk with me. Yeah. I'm not against them. I'm not against nobody with no religious belief. It's when people start problems, that's when I have to match their intensity. But with that being said, let me go, man. I'm gonna get some sleep. I got to work tomorrow.
Somebody say your page is called Life After Heroin.
Yeah, people say a lot of things.
Stupid. Oh, man, that was cool. About 5,000.
Yeah, I'm going, man. Y'all have a good night, all right?
All right, man.
All right, peace.
All right, now Lamont and Willie Rick can argue. All right, ding, 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 ding.
I ain't arguing with nobody.
Lamont, you arguing?
With who? With Willie Grits?
Yeah, with Willie Grits.
No.
Oh, brother, Rue's in. What's up, bro? Thanks for stopping by. You hear us? Hello, brother Haru.
Lamar, you arguing?
Yeah, I'm here.
With who? With Willie Grits?
Yeah, with Willie Grits.
No.
You hear it?
Oh, brother Rue's in.
Yeah, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Cool. Man, hey, man, somebody put a spell on it. Somebody put a spell on the channel today.
Yeah, it was Judah Nazareth.
God damn, boy, y'all was mad.
Yup. Everybody yelling.
Well, the reason why I was going out at the dude like that, because he has a way of not standing on anything solid and not being clear. He likes to use serpentine argument and circular argument and using semantics.
That's what he does, but you can't play into it. You can't play into it. What you play into, he got you. He got you. I wouldn't play into that shit.
Well, I apologize if I was.
That moral shit. You know damn well who was lying. So what's going on, brother Aru?
Oh man, everything's good. Everything's good. Shalom, hotep to everybody. Yeah, but with Cube, man, you can't. You know what I'm saying? Cube is like being in a circle and trying to find the end of it. You know what I'm saying? He just.
Well, that's what makes me upset, and that's what makes me like. It triggers me to be like, look, you need to stand on something. You can't say something and then weasel your way out by saying something else. For example, he said that he does not support homosexuality, and then he said he does support homosexuality in the argument. And I'm like, okay, in the argument, you support homosexuality? And he's like, well, no, I support homosexuality outside this sidestep, two-step, and it was pissing me off, so that's why I was like, you know what, fuck you.
well, Cube is not. I mean, you're right. He'll give you kind of a vague stance on exactly where he stands while being strong. It's a kind of a passive aggressive stance.
Right? Yeah, and that's what I was seeing. Yeah.
On one hand, he'll tell you that he don't agree with it, but he agrees with the humanistic part that everybody should live you know, with the way they want to live, and without interference or hindrance. But he'll say, but in a way, but then again, he'll say, well, I don't agree with the act of homosexuality, but I agree that you should live the way you want to live, which is kind of a contradiction.
Exactly.
If you especially be talking to people who have doctrines or beliefs, foundations against homosexuality from a religious or even a cultural standpoint. So yeah, I get it.
That's it. That's all. That's all. I mean, everyone I've gotten along with the majority of people on the Google Hangouts panel on this platform. It's just that if someone is sidestepping stuff and they're not willing to own up to it, it kind of pisses me off. Where it's like, look, man, you're not pulling the wool over my eyes. Just stand on something.
It was funny. He tested that out. Go ahead, Will.
But you weren't even letting him back himself into a corner, because in the beginning of the argument, I stood up for you, because he sat there and led you down a road, and I seen that he was doing it from the direct beginning, and I was laughing the whole time.
Oh shit! I'm bugging. Oh shit!
Even let him answer the question to back himself into a corner. And when I started talking to him, the only reason why I jumped into the conversation is because he backed himself into a corner. And when I was about to pin him, you kept cutting me off, and you kept cutting him off.
Well, I apologize, Willie Grits.
You let your emotions come into the debate. Like that.
Okay. Well, I'm willing to move on from that.
Yeah, man. Well, damn, this is crazy. Last night was crazy. Tonight crazy. I'd rather Rue up out of here. Oh, man.
Hey, but here's the thing. You had him with Q. Everything is supposed to be, you got to prove it. I got to see it. That's with him. So he falls more on a Scientology type of belief system. But I've had the same conversation with Q, and he asked me the same thing. Can you prove God? And my first response to that is, first we have to define God. Once we define God, then I can show you God, because you're looking for a God that's in your head and your mind, and that's not the God that I'm going to show you. So everything is subjective and relative based on what your belief system, your culture is, and what your practice. So as I was putting in the chat, if I say that my God is Ra, and you're saying, well, there's no such thing as Ra. God isn't Ra. Show me Ra. And I say, okay, well, there go the sun. The sun is Ra. And then you say, well, how's the sun Ra? And I explain to you the attributes and the benefits and the sustain and what the sun does for me. And I venerate that as my God. Then you say, well, that's not Ra, based on your interpretations or your understanding of Ra. So, which is, I think what the brother said is frustrating, because he can always back out, because there's nothing that he puts himself against besides prove it without standing on something. So there's really no way to back him, right, because he doesn't stand on anything, right? So, but if I tell him that, my God is Ra, you can't tell me what my God is or isn't, because that is subjective. And if I'm showing you, if you want proof, and I can demonstrate it to you, and I think that's what Brother Witchfinder was saying, is that he'll look at it and say, that's not Ra.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's not him. That's not God. So if you're telling me what is not God, then you must know what is God. And if you don't know what is God, then how can you tell me what isn't God?
Right.
You just running in a circle.
Yep.
Yeah, but the clear intention of Cube is to show face and go to all these platforms to make a name for himself. That's his key objective, and I'm shutting that shit down. Like,
he on the wish list? Is he on the
Yeah,
wish
it
list?
looks like it. That's
He
it.
might be.
The Witchfinder Death Squad, man, they got a target. So
might be.
yeah,
And they have lower ranking warlocks.
I will say, I think that genuinely, I think Cube's a good brother. Though. I think that his perspectives or the way he approaches things is a little bit unorthodox. He is very elusive, which makes him seem brilliant in debate, because he's very elusive. Because Cube will ask more questions, but answer questions, and he will answer questions in a question form, very generalized.
yeah,
And then he'll put it in a logical sense, as let's say a logical fallacy, which to the person who is unlearned in any type of discipline makes it sound logical,
right.
when it really isn't.
Right.
Yep.
You know,
Jude, that's what I was saying
so
about
you
the
really
Jude of
have to-
Nazareth. That's what he was doing. That's what he was doing.
Yeah.
And you notice he tested it out, but when he first came on, he was just talking all that crazy stuff. He was testing it out. I was like, yo, what is this dude talking about? He was like, oh, I'm just playing. And he was just testing the waters, like how people react to him.
Yeah. And he's famous for, I agree, but that's what Q do. But my question is, I saw Judah on Solar Debate League yesterday or the other day in the chat room.
Damn. I don't know. Somebody lacking. Yeah, I hardly ever be over there.
Chris popped up right.
Chris lit him up. Chris
But he
lit
didn't. I
him
don't know
up.
Chris saw him, but he popped up, and so I was like, "What's going on?" Judah showed his head. So and then he put in the comments something like, "I repent something." So I was like, "Oh, okay, he must have repented." And
He said he repented in there.
He said he repented something, but I don't know if it was to what y'all were saying or the allegations that y'all had. But it was something, he was talking to somebody, and I thought that he was talking about what, because y'all been pretty much putting his ass to the stake, burning the shit out of him. You know what I'm saying? That shit better than Power or Empire, man. As soon as I see that shit with his name, I tune into that shit. That shit killing me. So I was like, okay, they must have took his ass off the stake.
Nah, we ain't heard nothing from him. Except that thing when he tried to say, did you see that? Where he said that I asked for naked pictures of his daughter. He said it was in his inbox and he got a screenshot of it.
He's saying that on the comment boards, yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, you can't say that shit these days, man. Motherfucker have an agent show up at your house for stupid shit like that.
Yep.
On an allegation.
Yup. I just put it in the chat. I just put it on the screen.
Yeah, but he know that, right? Because if you respond to that shit, because there's certain keywords or strokes that you can put on your computer that will alert a motherfucker that you don't know, nowhere near your ass,
Mm-hmm.
have your ass on a watch list.
Yup.
You know what I'm saying?
Unbelievable. Judah Nazareth. This dude, man, I don't know. He produced no paperwork. He said he got a screenshot.
Oh.
So he called the police. And he see no police now.
Tell me, what man, I don't give a fuck, black, white, Asian, go get a message from another man who's supposed to be his brother or in his family, religious family, asking for some naked pictures, and you go hold him until he make you mad, and then you talk about, I'm gonna turn him over to the police. What man would do some shit like that? That ain't even a man. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, cool, meet me over here. I'm gonna give him to you and do something. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's some, but I don't know. Maybe that's how it is in Asia. Shit.
Yeah, it must be, right? Yeah, that's unbelievable, man. He's calling himself Dr. Gary over there.
I saw that shit. I saw that. I saw the pork. He's like, "Is that pork on? Is that pork? Is that pork on the table?"
Oh, damn pork on the table. That's crazy.
Yeah, but I told Chris one day. Me and Judy was having a conversation, and he kind of just, I don't know. He just took the shit left and was like, "Oh, fucking Kemet and it's nothing but Hinduism and Buddhism and all this other stuff." And so I started talking to him, and as I responded, he started saying just some rant shit. Chris saved him. Chris jumped in and saved him, and me and Chris cool. And I had to tell Chris, so why you jump in and save him? You know what I'm saying? Why you do that? He's and I told Chris, I said, man, you see when you get into basic arguments, Judah just kind of passes it off to you.
Yeah.
I said that long time ago. I said, you see how it kind of just passed off to you?
Chris' new name should be the Life Preserver. The MVP, the Life Preserver. He's saving everybody's ass and shit.
Yeah.
Like, where Chris at?
Oh, man. I don't know, but I don't know. He say toward nights, he says, y'all, he was the captain. He the leader. So, he's waiting for y'all follow instructions. Y'all did one of those motherfucking insurrections on his ass.
Yeah.
That shit happened overnight. I mean, it wasn't even, that shit wasn't even like a subtle. It was like, damn, I can't even. That shit
quiet.
Was overthrown quick. Like, damn.
That shit was kind of fun. That was crazy.
Yeah.
But it was like 3 weeks went by before I responded. It's probably like 3 or 4 weeks. I guess he thought it was like, it was all good. And then the wave came.
That motherfucker was tsunami. That motherfucker wasn't a wave.
And that was the beginning. I just scratched the surface.
I was like, man,
I just scratched the surface. And more to come.
But besides, and maybe it's a Judah thing, but besides Judah Nazareth, man, y'all need to start going after these motherfucking Israelites, these Hebrews who keep watching these YouTube channels. Yep. I told Chris, and trying to teach, attacking other people's camps and other faiths, and they don't know shit. They just read shit off of Google and watch a video and then try to teach or try to take on somebody. I was like, man, you one like Judah 7000, whatever his name is. That motherfucker was drinking a beer while he was talking to Garfield one day. He said, "Is that a Hebrew beer?" He said, "Don't worry about it." And it was like 12 o'clock in the afternoon. For real.
Not a Hebrew beer.
Yeah,
we're gonna get those camps too. Chris is talking about that. What's that guy's that? Bishop Eliyahu.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I gotta start checking him out. I never watched him. Bishop Eliyahu. They said he's like a Hebrew Israelite, but not a Hebrew Israelite. But do everything that a Hebrew Israelite do. But he ain't one.
Oh wow. Yeah, I saw that one too.
Yeah, that's I don't know, man. This shit is crazy. And 7 years ago, there's a lot of other crazy people that came out on YouTube. Somebody like setting this shit up or something. Cause there's a white dude, right, named Quasi Luminous. He talks about the same shit as Judah Nazareth and mixes in flat Earth, but his flat Earth ain't like everybody else's flat Earth. He believes there's a hole in the center of the Earth, like from the North Pole.
Oh, I think that's hollow Earth theory.
Is that what it is? Hollow Earth?
Yeah.
It's supposed to go all the way down to the bottom, come out to the bottom. It's like a big donut.
Yeah, hollow Earth theory.
It's like a donut.
Yeah. Yep. And he said when 144,000 people, they call it blood over intent. You're supposed to spill blood like on this paper and say you wish to bring heaven on earth. And you spill your blood on it. And once 144,000 people do it, then they all going to go to the center of the earth and go to heaven.
Wow.
Because heaven is in the center of the earth.
Damn.
He draws all the charts out like Judah Nazareth and everything.
Damn.
And there's another dude, the 13th son. You heard of that one, Brother Uru?
I ain't heard of him.
Yeah. This dude's bugged out. Lamar, I showed him to Lamar the other night.
Yeah, that dude's bugged the fuck out.
Do you see those serpent eyes? I see those serpent eyes. You see those serpent eyes?
Oh.
Yeah, that is crazy. He wear a turban and everything.
He one of those, the Greys and the reptilians, and he one of those.
He looked like he in Georgia or Alabama or something like that. Like out in the woods or something. Like he wear a turban.
Oh, damn.
He wear a turban. He got the little jewel on the front of it. And he got this necklace he shows up at the camera with every video. Says, you see these serpent eyes? Yeah, that nigga crazy.
Damn.
Yup.
Man, there's a lot of them fucking nutcases out here talking about fucking serpents. One dude here, one with a reptilian, he had 3 fingers, but his skin was covered, making it 5, and his finger was all fucked up. And he said from some fucking disease when he was born and shit. And he said that's a motherfucking green dude. I was like, these motherfuckers crazy.
Yeah.
It's a green dude, but he got babies with a motherfucking human. Biology say that can't happen, so I don't know what the fuck they talking about. I ain't never seen a green dude.
Yo, there used to be this thing down south that, like, there's people that said they actually saw it, like a lizard man. And they said that shit was real. He lived in a swamp. He said it's a lizard man. And it's like mad people that see them.
I think Alec Jones believes in that shit too.
And then they said Madame Blavatsky was like the first one to start talking about that.
That's some old folk story type shit.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd subscribe to any of that.
And then the Conan guy, he brung it out. The guy that wrote Conan, the Barbarian.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he started talking about the reptilians. And that's where it all like came from.
You know, a lot of that shit they getting from off of Sumerian script, ancient Egypt, in the middle, what they call Middle East, Northeast Africa. They getting that shit and they saying, oh, well, you know, these people couldn't have did that shit. And this symbol right here looked like a motherfucker with a big head and it may be scales because the rock got texture to it and say that motherfucker's an alien. And they just be some stupid shit like that. And they be preaching it.
Yep.
You know, talking about, look at the disc, look at the disc, look at the disc, there's this. Well, I tell you what, I guarantee you see that disc, you ain't gonna want to see that motherfucker no more. The majority of motherfuckers is not running to no disc. If it did come out the sky, your ass is going in your house, under your bed, under your house somewhere, hidden. You know what I'm saying?
The helicopter. They got the helicopter.
Okay, yeah, the helicopter. That motherfucker got it got one of those new fucking propeller jets on that motherfucker. I just saw
like the Black Hawk. Black Hawk on the wall. God damn.
Yeah. That motherfucker got Tomahawk missiles on that bitch with the stars on it. Motherfucker just killing me.
You know,
I got somebody on the list. I told motherfucker, I said, you know what, I'm gonna get somebody to get you. I'm gonna put a hit out on your ass. I'm gonna put a hit out on immaculate ass. I'm gonna pay y'all to get immaculate.
Oh
get
shit.
That motherfucker immaculate naive. I said, you need to stop. Stop telling black people what they are and what are not. First,
we gotta get all those dudes too. But immaculate, he been on the show.
Chris got his ass when Chris it was Chris and somebody else, and they asked him, was he what type of Hebrew he was? And that motherfucker finally said he was a Kazanazi Jew. Then he not a Jew. Then he in Kemet. Then this motherfucker is a Native American.
He Puerto Rican, I think.
That motherfucker everywhere. I said, man, look, don't tell me where the fuck I'm from. You're not qualified to tell me where I'm from. You're not qualified to tell me what I can and cannot claim. Your ass need to just keep reading them goddamn books. Leave me the hell alone. Because you keep getting cut up out here. He got kicked out of 12 tribes. He was talking to Chris one day and got kicked out of 12 tribes. I said, how the fuck you get kicked out of 12 tribes and you a guest? on the show. This motherfucker came in as a guest and got kicked out. These motherfuckers, Rob Rack and all them, lit his ass up.
Damn.
That motherfucker was in his garage doing his laundry, getting his ass ate up at the same time.
I think I see that. I think I see that one.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Put your shit, you know what I'm saying? If your shit ain't right, put your shit on your avatar, your picture. Don't show your background. Because motherfuckers use that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They fucking will use that. You set yourself up, they lit his ass up. And then he said, wait, and this is what gets me with people. They'll say, like, oh, you can't show me no dates. Well, show me when it happened, where it happened at. And then a week later or a day later, they won't have no fucking dates. And they'll be like, prove it. I ain't got no dates, you prove it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, man, you a fucking hypocrite, dude. That's why I don't even take him serious no more.
They got those other guys, the ancient watchmen or something like that. These Hispanic dudes, and like they're trying to say that like all black people here are Hamites and like they're the real Israelites and stuff. Like all those people from those so-called Hispanics or Latinos and stuff, they all white people.
Yeah, but those they from like South America, Brazil, Central America.
Yeah,
that's them. They saying they the 12th tribe.
And if they ain't black, they white. They ain't no indigenous nothing. They done wiped all those indigenous people out. Those indigenous people, them niggas, they ain't got no clothes on. That don't even see people out there in the jungles in the Amazon or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's another. And they probably white too. You know what I'm saying? They probably white too. Why they ain't build one of them big ass Aztec pyramids and all that shit? They out there in the woods. Ain't nobody fucking with them. They can build that shit.
About them, you know, they talk about the Aztecs and the Mayans, and they talk about the pyramids and these big ass pyramids. But according to, I don't care if you talk to any teacher in the conscious community, whether it's from, you know, Tazariak or you talking to Polite or Jabari, anybody, or even the Moors.
Yeah.
You can't, I don't see no intermediate period of development, then your ass didn't do it. Your ass just don't pop up with a language. You don't pop up with architecture. You don't pop up with art. And you just don't, it just don't happen like that.
Yeah.
So a lot of these people, when they migrated down, because it says that the Native Americans, to this continent, what they call Native Americans, to this continent, are a mixture between African and like the Asian Mongoloid. And when they went south, or as they migrated south into these lands, or, you know, into Central America, South America, a lot of these temples and pyramids, they had already found them there. There's shit that ain't been touched, and they like, what the fuck is this? Where did this come from? And it came from somebody. Now, if we see it in, you know, like if you even look at the ziggurats, or you look at the mastabas, or you look at the pyramids, you see a period of development in that shit. It just didn't pop up.
Yeah.
So I told him, so show me something before that led to the development of this civilization. And if you can't show me that, then that means somebody else had to come in who already had that type of technology to give it to you.
Yeah.
You know, so,
hey Killa, I'm gonna drop out.
Okay.
Sorry about all that contention.
Nah, don't worry about it.
Disrespect you.
Nah,
well, you have a good night, man.
Yeah, you too, bro.
Shalom.
Yep, thanks for coming on, bro.
No worries. Shalom.
Yep.
Hey, Kelly. Hey, man, you need to get. I wanna do one with Black Jesus Minister, because he's been talking about Dr. Henry Clark teaches and believes in the historicity of Jesus Christ, and he's been going in on Jabari and stuff like that a little bit. I keep telling him, you know, Dr. Henry Clark didn't believe in that, and he's basing off of a video with Dr. Henry Clark and I believe Dr. Barashango talking about or explaining the historical Jesus. But I'm not going to go on his platform. I do it on his platform. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I told him, I said, I'm going to embarrass your ass. I guess I'm giving you an olive branch. I'm telling you, he did not believe in that. So he kept going. I said, okay, all right. So just remember, I gave your ass this, and I'm coming to you in love as a brother to say, stop misrepresenting the Grandmaster teachers. You know, you don't need him for your premise that there was a historical Christ. You don't need that.
Yeah.
So leave that out. He persists because, you know, Black Jesus Minister he's a Hebrew, an Aborigine, a Kemetic, a Moor.
Yeah, that's like Dr. York.
Oh, everything. So I'm gonna get with him, and I'm gonna tell. I'm gonna get with him. I'm gonna say, well, you know what? Let's do it on a neutral platform.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Yeah, that'll be good. Like Jesus, man. Where did he come from? All of a sudden, he just pops up.
He's from Texas. He's from Texas. He funny as hell, I tell you.
Yeah, he was going in on Judah Nazareth. He was going in on him.
Jughead Judah.
Jughead Judah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he had me on his group page or something. Did he block me?
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I didn't last a week on there. I last maybe like 3 days or something. He blocked me. I think I put up a Judah Nazareth video. He blocked me.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh shit. Yeah, you must have been cutting him. You must have been cutting him.
Yeah, Black Jesus Minister.
Yeah, he's a good brother. I would say he's a good brother, but a lot of these brothers are a little bit misguided in their teaching.
Yeah. And
some of them aren't as studious in their research. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got this video right now where, like I said, about Dr. Henry Clark. And he talks about, you know, with him saying that why did this minister, why did his story survive? What was so good about his story? And then he cuts it off, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, why you ain't play the rest of it? Why you ain't play the rest of it? Because at the end of that, he says they were great record keepers. So he cut it off. But right after it says, and when necessary, they were great record changers. And maybe some of the greatest liars under the eyes of God.
Uh-huh.
Like, I'm like, you doing a CNN, goddamn it, a Fox News on everybody. Play the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm about to shut it down.
That's
how long we've been up on here. Yeah, I think we've been on here like 4 hours, I think.
4 hours?
Yeah, I'm about to fall over.
All right, brother.
Yeah. So, Willie Gray, you still up on here?
Yeah.
Why you ain't saying nothing?
Huh?
Yeah. Brother Haru, let people know your channel. Your contacts or whatever you want to give to the people, let the people know about.
Oh, yeah. I'm just saying, Brother Haru, you can catch me on YouTube. And you can always catch me also at danielmurray@gmail.com. If you ever want to build, invite me on. I'm just now starting to get my Google Hangout going. But I just want to make sure everything my platform is right. And bring people on, kind of the same as everyone else. I just want to bring people on to hear their perspective and see mainly where the connection is. And then we can talk about the differences, but mainly find a common place of interest and brotherhood and build on that, because we all fighting the same beast.
Yeah. You're right about that. Right about that. Willie Grit, you got any last words?
No, I'm just saying, have a good night, man.
All right, right on. I get this.
Peace, love, and harmony.
Grit, something else, man. He was turned up today. Oh man. All right, so we headed on out of here. So this is Yahweh 9 by Josh. Check out this video too. This new video he put out.
Ja. Come on, man. Oh shit, it's Judah Nasty. How did he think that he get it past me? Last degree had him falling off the porch into the fire, get scorched. Oh shit, it's Judah Nasty. How did he think that he get it past me? Last degree had him falling off the porch until the fire gets scorched. Respect the fam. Push niggas off in the sand. Dive in with a fire stick. The whole place gasoline lit. Smell the smoke when you lie about your Howard quotes. Group full of dopes. Get rolled like some oats. We old school like Abel. Dropping knowledge. Eat these chunks and excel past college. Nothing coming at you but you run anyway. Told y'all, cats, y'all ain't up for debates. Get it straight like an iron press. Punch wicked warlocks in the chest. And pull out rotten produce, no juice. Your ruby look like you bought it from fools. Yet he wanna use his root for fuel, and they gonna run with it. Ain't no night, yet you remain flippant. Seismic activity remain AI. Artificial intelligence got Gary saying bye. Oh shit, it's Judah Nasty. How did he think that he get it past me? Last degree had him falling off the porch until the fire gets scorched. Oh shit, it's Judah Nasty. How did he think that he get it past me? Last degree had him falling off the porch until the fire gets scorched. We love it. Cause them curses turn to blessings. See me flip like Cali chick. Fake doctors be outie quick. Ain't it a trip when he politic? Have you invited in to steal your time? End up the wall, your car hit, mind design. From alcoholics, you gotta cut them off at their strong point. They on your pages, yet I still hear they oink. Tharawa ingrained in our DNA, ignite atomic molecules when you pray. Y'all knows how to save, instead of becoming a man fan, slave. Man, he fanned them flames and try and disrespect your name. Associates of pain, that's why his face ain't the same. Judah never became Yahweh, even though the message been calling ya. Man, but now you all bothered, bruh. Oh shit, it's Judah Nasty. Wait, hold up. How did he think he get it past me? Last degree had him facing. What happened with that dude, man? Yo, this cat, man. Oh shit, it's Judah Nasty. How did he think that he get it past me? Last degree had him falling off the porch until the fire gets scorched. Get scorched. Scorched. Gnats are raw. But I ain't gonna come back, right? All praises.
TK my fire.